Hey, this is CJ Couch. Welcome to Couch Talk.
Couch. C. Cow. C-O.
Oh, keep spelling, mister.
C-O-U-C-H.
Correct.
I am the smartest man alive!
Alrighty, everybody, here we go. It is Tuesday, December the 4th, 2018, episode number 284 of Couch Talk. And the guest today is anonymous. Her name is Zoie. She is anonymous because she's maybe said the N-word in this episode. I don't know. I'll let you listen and find out. And also, she just happens to be an ex of mine. I dated her when I was 19 years old, and it's been so long, and I never thought that this would be the ex-girlfriend that I get on the podcast. I guess now that I think about it, I never expected to have an ex-girlfriend on the podcast, but it makes perfect sense that she is the one because I ended up, dating her best friend after it. I mean, like I said, there's no animosity. I don't look at her as an ex-girlfriend. I honestly look at her as a friend. We just had a great time hanging out. Great episode, number 284, and I couldn't thank her enough. Fucking awesome conversation. You're going to enjoy it a lot. Also, go listen to episode number 283 if you have not yet. I have Fuse the Illis on. He is traveling the country with videographer JJ Roberts, and they are making a documentary. He has music out. Go check out his music video. It's entitled Brothers. It is on YouTube. It is great. It was a great episode. One of the best guest episodes of all time. But don't be sleeping on episode 284 because Zoe brought that motherfucking fire. She brought down the house. I honestly had no idea how long we'd be able to go for. It was almost like I was like, I don't know. Is it going to be weird? I know it's going to be easy because she's cool, but we haven't talked in so long, and we went for 2 hours easily. We could have done another hour, but it is going to sound a little bit echoey because the carpet is out of the room. Daisy threw up on it. I'm going to try to get the sound better, but it's still a great conversation, so let's just hop straight into it.
Eddie.
Alrighty, everybody, here we go. It is Tuesday, December the 4th, 2018. I'm pretty sure December the 4th is Jay-Z's birthday, and I have a guest today that I'm very interested. This is going to be fun. I've never had an ex-girlfriend on, but it makes sense because there's, no animosity. It was, you know what I mean?
So long
Probably
ago.
Exactly. We were kids. I don't even feel like... Do you feel connected to being you when you were... how old were you?
15.
What?
I think.
What?
15 or 16, yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't feel connected to that at all. You have a fucking kid now.
Mm-mm.
A badass. Cool name, too.
Asher.
So, did you come up with the name?
We both did. We just saw it on an app.
On a name app?
Well, not an app, I guess a website. Yeah.
Is
That
a
was the best
website...
one.
Is there anything that, isn't both a website and an app now? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly.
But what's going on with your life? You seem like you're doing really good, and I don't know, you just seem like you're killing it. You look really happy.
Thank you.
You have a nice
I'm
little
doing good.
smile. You're happy. You said you had good energy to give out.
Yeah. Well,
Are you one of
It's
those?
been a spiritual year, literally.
It's been a spirit. Get into that, Mike. It's been a spiritual year.
Spiritual year.
What?
You know?
Why was 2018 so spiritual compared to others?
I don't know.
Is it your first time really trying to cognizantly be spiritual?
Also going to church and stuff, godly. I've never been godly, and this year I was like, I actually believe in God. I've never been able to say that and be confident about it
Let's get into it.
until this year, and now it's changed my life.
I know the type of person you are. I probably know the answer to all these questions, but what do you?
Oh boy!
The pen fell. So what's your style? What's your
I almost
church?
dropped my phone.
What do you go to 1122 or some fuck shit?
You know it.
Oh!
You probably already seen.
No, I have
shit
not.
About me posting. No.
Everybody who's
It's
not
'cause it's a good
a
church.
militant Christian goes to 1122.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my dad goes to Chet's Creek.
Pastor Joby, he's
Explain
the
it to me.
Shiznit.
Cause why is it so awesome? Cause I hear all good things about it. I'm not I'm not being ironic right now. I'm being dead fucking serious.
Yeah. Well, I wonder that too. But just because you can go in whatever you want to wear, pretty much. You know? So there's no pressure there to get all churchy. And then you can go at 9:20 to 11:22. And I think they have a 1:22 one.
It's funny because I work for people who talk shit about the church for that reason. But guess how old they are?
older, of course,
Exactly.
conservative.
Exactly.
Because it's like, yeah, he mostly just teaches the Bible. He doesn't really say much else. You know what I mean? It's just teaching the Bible as opposed to their beliefs on how you should live your life or whatever.
And like
type
rules
thing.
and instructions. Yeah, it's like I used to be pretty like anti-Christian, and I was probably just mad
Me
at
too.
God.
I always said I was atheist, literally,
Yeah.
for like my whole life until.
I'm not into it now. Don't get me wrong, but like to be against the Bible and shit. I mean, I kind of understand, but that shit's wild, dude. Because like, it's kind of hard to use the Bible, and people do it, but use the Bible for like negativity. You know what I mean? How are you gonna be negative with the Bible? Mm-hmm. Like, whether you believe Jesus is a real dude or like whatever, that's a pretty good model.
Yeah.
Like he gets.
Well, I'm
he
still
gets
biased
it.
about the Bible. Like I feel like it is. It's hard for me to like believe that it actually got carried on so long.
I mean, it definitely didn't. We're getting
change.
beyond that. I'm talking like, let's be real here. No, it's not real.
So,
like, God,
yeah, pretty much the Bible is.
Yeah.
But if it is, you know,
2018.
passed down, whatever.
Like, think about that. You know what I mean? It's definitely not what it is, but what it is now is
still a good way to live.
A pretty good way to live.
Well,
And
see, I read it's called A Course in Miracles, and it's
A Course
not,
in Miracles.
Yes.
So is this an app?
No, it's a book, a real book. It's a Bible-sized book,
Like paper?
paper and everything.
You read by candlelight? I can't believe it.
Literally every morning, read that book.
How many pages?
Well, it has like a goal. I'll read. It has a goal.
Like you sit on the toilet. I get it.
No. I read outside with my coffee.
It's meant for the.
It has 300. Well, at the back of the book, it has 365. Like.
You know that's meant to be on the toilet.
Okay, whatever.
I'm just saying.
But I'm saying the whole beginning of it is like a whole Bible size of
yeah.
like the teaching you the miracles, and then at the end of the book, it like gives you just exercises to repeat each day so that you can like become more in tune or like more connected to miracles and light and stuff like that.
Like,
yeah.
how is that negative? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that one's cool because it's more just spiritual, you know what I mean? Instead of like Christian, or it doesn't say anything about religion, just like how you can see the miracles and everything.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what God is, but you can look at it in different ways, you know?
Yeah, for 1,000%. You can look at it in so many ways. The problem with religion is when it gets to this, like, really paralleling racism, where it's like,
I don't like.
My religion's good, and they don't have to talk like that, you know? But like they kind of do. And like it's this weird thing where it's like to think that like God would make it to where not even like just a little bit of people, but like the vast majority of people are burning in hell is a pretty wild concept. You know, like that's a weird dude who would like create something like that. Like I don't even know if I.
Well, we don't know
like,
for sure if they're burning in hell. You know what I mean?
I mean, I
but
know
it just
they're
means
not.
that
Actually.
they're.
I can say for sure they're not.
Their energy just got wasted. Like that's how I look at it. Like if you have to live like this book just teaches you how to live like a bright life of light, so that when you die, your light gets carried on to something more positive, maybe another human or whatever.
What's changing? What's the difference between Zoe pre-mama and Mama Zoe?
Drugs.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Damn.
Just kidding. I just feel like back then when we were talking about that, we just smiled.
Here's what I see.
So now I have to do responsibilities.
You
It's called
care way
adulting.
more. Exactly. Like you said, you're working out. You're doing the spiritual shit. You're not like
mostly so I
floating
can
around.
show. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
A lot of
when you
people
have a
are.
little kid that's taking in everything that you do, you have to kind of live how you want them to live.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into account all the time.
He's 4. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's smart.
He's getting to that smart where I'm like, whoa, it's like literally clicking that I don't have a baby anymore and I have a human being that's like, wow.
Is it
It
scary?
took me 4 years to realize I have like a real human being on my hands. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Because it's like when everyone's pregnant, they're just like, oh, a baby. Next thing you know, you're like, it's awesome, but it's just
How was
like
your
they
pregnancy?
actually have real lives that you have to raise them right, you know? I don't know.
I mean, I kind of got to be with you during your pregnancy because I dated your best friend. So like,
It was
and
good.
you lived in the neighborhood with us. And I mean, it was mostly y'all hanging out. But how was your pregnancy? Was it like, were you one of those that loved being pregnant, or were you like, get this fucker out of me?
I mean, nobody likes it.
I know
It's
some
not
people who are
fun.
like, I love being pregnant.
It was cool. I tried to enjoy it, but of course, the
Well-
anticipation.
What were you eating?
I liked baked potatoes and chili a lot.
I love that.
But I did also. That's
Did
when
you
I
go to
started.
Wendy's, obviously?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very good there.
Yeah.
Wendy's is slept on. It's disgusting, and like I'm cool with that. I will accept it.
If I go there, I get the baked potato
Yes.
and the chili salad with
Pound.
like taco with chili
Pound on that.
salad.
Very good. Good shit.
That's
Me
my
too.
fave.
You get the taco salad?
Yes,
Dude!
that's my shit.
Me too. I get that shit, and I fucking put all that shit in there, and I shake the
sour
motherfucker.
cream chips.
Yeah, it's really good. My
I
mom
used to
actually used
talk
to get
about it.
that, and she would
Really?
get the grilled chicken sandwich. That's fucking good. Mm-hmm. Not fried and all that, like the grilled, and it has this like nice sauce. I think it's honey mustard with a little something else on there, a tomato, piece of lettuce, going real good. Are you
Chocolate
the type?
milkshake.
Are you all into like diets? You just said chocolate milkshake.
Yeah.
I can't see that. That's something I can't see. You're into diets?
Yes, I'm into diets. Well, when I was pregnant, that's really when it started because I was like, I can't eat like shit. Don't get me wrong, I gained a lot of weight and I ate a lot of shitty shit, but that's when I kind of realized I need to eat healthier. So
Yeah.
that's when it started. At the end of my pregnancy, I was like, eat healthy, and then it just lasted.
Are you like
But-
regiment diets, or are you just being like smart
Just
about what you eat?
lifestyle.
Are you following like a guide?
No, not really.
I think that is so weird. I'm being
I
dead.
think that is so weird. What?
Like this idea that like I'm going keto or I'm fucking Atkins.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like
a mind block. It's like there's no way
They're-
that's going to work.
they're
Really.
all
I mean, it could work,
businesses that are designed, and I'm not saying like they're directly like they're not directly benefiting from it, but like when you're on keto, no matter what you're doing in life, one of something is not good, and doing the same fucking thing, like
Exactly.
just eat healthy.
It's supposed to just be a balance.
It makes sense, you know what I
So
mean?
then they're teaching them like your brain doesn't work like that because after the diet you're gonna literally be like, give me all that because that's
It's
what we
so
fucking
dumb.
do.
It is like,
So you gotta.
but that's the problem with people, and I think it's kind of phasing out. But like, people have relied. And I think the internet's helping because now there's so many different things that people are kind of realizing that you just come up with your own thing from a bunch of different opinions. You form your own. It used to be
Sucks it has
like
to be
you
from the
follow
internet.
an opinion. Like there was the opinion. Like this is what happened during this event, and we all believe it. And that's why I mean all of the diets they do well with like our age demographic. But like if you look at keto, I guarantee you it's way more people above 40 than it is in our age group, you know, like
Yeah.
it's all they're like in a tribe of diets.
I mean, it's just like I don't see why you would need a bunch of high fats. Really, it doesn't make any sense. The keto diet, it's like a high fats and no carbs. And I'm like, does that sound? I mean, it's cool because it works. It's like if your cells metabolize a lot of both, they slow down. So that's why I like pick one or the other, and they'll metabolize stuff fast. But high fat diets, like that's not good for your heart or your arteries.
Right,
Why
right.
do you want to eat a high fat
Like,
diet? Like why don't you just learn how to eat like what's good for you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Be well rounded.
But it just takes a lot of work because we're so used to being on the go and eating what we want, what we've ate our whole lives.
people want to feel a part of something too. Like you can go online and like watch keto videos and learn this keto recipe to make this thing or whatever, and it's just like a group
The
thing.
end thing.
Yeah,
to
it's
do.
like I'm in a clique.
But I have seen it work for a lot of people.
Oh, my
Sure.
dad and Vivi, when they got married, holy
did
shit.
it?
Like, they both lost so much weight. Like, my dad lost, like, I don't want to lie here. I think he lost, like, 12 pounds in 14 days or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they're
I can
doing,
relate.
like, fasting and all that. Where do you get all of your, like, health information? Are you a podcast girl? Are you a
No.
Googler?
I'm not really sure.
It just it makes
I don't
sense,
know.
right?
I don't remember.
Your mom instincts
Yeah,
kick
I
in.
just started. Oh, well, I've taken classes. I've taken like nutrition classes in school and stuff like that. So I guess that
That's
kind of
right.
brought it to my attention more.
That's right. Are you
And
still in
then-
school? Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. What are you doing?
It's like my 5th year of school, chugging
what?
along. Just got
Well,
my
you
AA.
have a 4-year-old, so it's kind of
Yeah.
fine.
Well, I just failed my first class this semester.
What was
so
it?
Trigonometry. Bullshit.
that.
Fucking class. Fuck that teacher. Like, I cannot even
Did
think
you ever
about
have
it.
the Asian dude at Mandarin? You know what I'm talking about?
Long.
Yes!
Yes, I had him.
I dropped that motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, I did not like how you
he
can't
was.
understand
I
him.
couldn't. I was his first year,
Bullshit.
so I really couldn't understand him. You know what I mean?
And he'd just be like, oh, what you mean?
I dropped it. I told him, I was like, I can't. Like,
That's
I'm not
good.
even being racist here. Like, I legit can't understand this dude, and it's trigonometry. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't do
I
that.
forgot he did teach trig.
Yeah.
Well, this teacher, I couldn't drop it because it was like 6 days past the drop line, of course. But then she just did no practice test or anything, and I take all online classes. I always have. And I'm like, you can't even give a practice test? She's like, they're not required. I'm like, but I have a science, like, this is required for a science major. Like, you should let other people have a chance that aren't completely smart in math and give us a practice test, you dumb brat.
I was just not good at college.
I can't take it.
I wasn't good at it. I was good at high school, not college.
Yeah,
I wasn't
more disciplined.
I think now I'd be great, you know, like, I like my life.
And you can go slow. I think that's the thing. A lot of people think, oh, school, but I've just taken it slow the whole time. And now it's like, yeah, I got finally my
I also
AA,
feel like,
but...
and I'm sure you and everyone listening can relate to this. It's like when we were younger, it's like, I need to be doing something. Like, I need to be doing something fun. And you know what I mean? And now, like, I'm doing a podcast every day because I'm so bored. Not because, like, I think it's a good idea.
There's not much fun stuff to do.
It's just, like, I'm so bored. Like, why not maybe go back to college or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to learn anything for, like, a professional, like, I don't want to get my foot in the door professionally anything. I just want to learn shit.
Exactly.
So I don't know if that's the best idea because you can learn everything online. Like, I'm pretty well versed in neuroscience from podcasts. Like, I've listened to a lot. Yeah. And Danielle, her aunt is a neuroscientist in Lithuania. And she came here, and me and her talked for like 4 fucking hours one night. Really? And she was like, how do you know all of this? How do you know this?
Just read stuff on the internet.
Did you go to school? And I was like, I honestly just fucking listen to podcasts. University of Conversation, baby. Yeah, which is also the name of my network trademark. Thank you. Yeah, UC, baby. Are you at UNF, FSCJ?
FSCJ.
There's no reason to go to UNF.
No,
I went there.
Well, with me, I got federal grants the whole time, so I got paid to go to school.
You got them mom grants? Is that how it works?
I guess, yeah.
That's
maybe.
fire.
But even before I had Ash, I had grants. Because my parents didn't make a lot of income, so I was able. That's the thing a lot of people don't know about. They're like, oh, school, but really you can get money. Me, I get paid to go to school. So how could I not go and learn shit?
What's your 23andMe? What's your DNA looking like? What are you?
23andMe.
You don't know what 23andMe is?
I haven't heard that one. Only
God damn it, Zoe. You don't know what 23andMe is?
What's the other one? The one, Ancestry.com.
Oh, Ancestry.com. I feel like Ancestry.com is kind of taking a backseat at 23andMe.
Really?
I
need to get on that.
They're like really good.
I don't know. It's still a mystery.
Would you? Is there any race, like, if you found out you were that, you'd be like really upset and possibly kill yourself? No, I'm just
like what? Native American?
Tell me.
I don't know.
What's your least favorite race?
What?
Don't do that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't have one. But what are you?
I don't know. I'm just Irish and German. I'm a mutt.
You have some Indian in you.
No,
not
wish.
No.
We don't. Some of my
all right, I'm sorry. I'm taking a backseat to the racism right now.
No, are you kidding me? I literally sing this song because I lived in Arizona with all the Native Americans, and I've been singing this song with Asher. I'm sorry for any Native Americans out there.
No, they probably know it.
It's like Tuba, Tuba City, Yata Hey. And Asher he thinks it is hilarious. So we sing it all the time, like when we're at the park or anything. And my sister came in town and I was just like singing it with him. And she's looking at me like, what are you doing? Like, that is so racist. Like, it's like singing the N-word. I'm like, honestly, what? I just thought it was a good song. I thought that was like their homie song. Like,
claim it. Right now on the podcast, claim Cherokee.
I'm not Cherokee though. I can't lie.
I feel like
I wish.
I bet if you took 23andMe
for free if I was a Native American.
If you 23andMe'd yourself, you'd come back like an 8th Cherokee.
I wonder. People at work tell me I'm crazy shit. Like the other night I heard I'm Albanian.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
There's a lot of those there. A lot of those coming. No, I'm just playing. They had a civil war. I know some
people. There's a lot of Albanians here.
There's not?
In Jacksonville, there is.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They came here from Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
We all know some personally.
Yeah.
One of my friends, I don't know why I don't want to say his name, but he remembers like tanks, like going down the street, like in his neighborhood and shit. Like him looking out the door and there's like tanks.
That's not cool.
Bosnia too, same thing.
I had a dream like that once, and I literally thought that's what was gonna happen to the U.S. And that's scary. So for them to actually doing that sucks. Long when I was young.
Thank you for saying that, because it is crazy. Like we think of all these like, imagine if like a bomb went off and then like all these people paratrooped in here and like a war broke out. That happens.
It happens.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
We're just here like,
Or
that's
it's like-
impossible. It's a movie, dude.
Seriously.
I've had people tell me, that's impossible, CJ. They could never come here and nuke us. They could never pair. Yes, they could.
They could definitely if they wanted to.
People
I think.
people get away with the craziest fucking shit. Some dude recently killed himself. He stole an airplane. He learned to fly an airplane, and he wanted to kill himself by crashing the airplane.
Oh my goodness.
So, what an elaborate suicide. And honestly, he must have really wanted to do it. And if that's what he wants to do,
cool. Yeah.
more
you get
power.
it.
You fucking took airplane classes good enough to, he did a loop
That is
in the
insane.
air.
That's crazy.
And then he wrecked that bitch.
Poor guy. Rest in peace.
So he stole that thing. That's just a normal dude. That's not, James Bond. That's not Jason Bourne. Other movie characters. He's not,
That. Yeah, nobody noticed.
He just got away with that. He could have been a terrorist easily and done something
You're
bad.
right.
We're
Hey,
all
that's
living
a
in a
great point.
fantasy.
I know. That's what is really on my mind all the time
got that
lately.
kid.
It's just been
And that kid's about to go to school, kindergarten.
yeah, he's in pre-VPK right now.
Don't mention anywhere specific. Nothing like that, please.
No. But
Is he going to the same school that you would have gone to and stuff?
no.
Oh yeah, you're not from here.
Mm-mm.
That's right.
I don't know what elementary school he's going to go to yet.
Let's get into your life.
So that's not till a while.
Where are you from?
Arizona.
Where in Arizona?
Flagstaff. Mountain town, North Arizona.
Why are you in Jacksonville?
So, because my mom brought me here when I was 11.
How is your mom?
She's good.
She is? What about your
She's
brother?
just- He is 14 and wildin' in his
What's he
ripped
doing?
jeans and his Vans.
He's
and
cool?
his hair flipping. He knows every rap song there is. It's so funny. But he's in 9th grade. I'm just
Makes sense.
pray for you. Poor
Yeah.
guy.
How was he in middle school? What kind of kid was he?
He got a bunch of F's.
What?
I'm Tuck, if I got F's, I would have been dead. But he's really smart. It's my mom's I don't really care if he goes to college because I know he's still gonna. I'm like, Mom, you brat.
You know what I noticed a lot? And you have a son. Do you plan on having more kids?
Yeah. I
Do you want a girl?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be way stricter with the girl?
I don't know. Who
I
knows?
bet you will with your mom stinks because
Probably.
every brother, sister I know, the sister gets the shit end of the stick.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's also
crazy.
the oldest too, I think.
True. Yeah.
And now
it
she's
is
just fuck it, do what you want, get out of my hair.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
what are you going to school? What do you see yourself doing with what you're going to school for? What do you want to be dream style?
I want to be a physical therapist. That's the goal.
When did you get into all this working out? I don't remember that. When was the first time you ever worked out in your life?
Probably just after I had Asher, and I was
Yeah.
I moved back in with my mom after the breakup with Alex, and then me and her just both were let's get in shape, and we just started getting in shape
Was it cool
together.
to live with your mom as grandma now?
Yeah, it was cool.
I bet.
I stayed there for 9 months.
Is your
which was
mom way
longer than
cooler?
I wanted, but it was nice.
Your mom's better now?
Yeah, we just smoke, of course. When I came back from Arizona, yeah.
Your
after,
mom?
yeah, right?
What the fuck? I remember this being a huge problem. What the fuck?
I know. Thank you. That's what everybody says.
Damn.
So I was always grounded. And then when I moved with my dad for a year in Arizona.
Oh, really?
For
Do
senior
you want
year,
to talk about that?
I graduated from Arizona.
You want to get real? Can I ask you real questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so how was that?
Okay, so that was it.
So you were with your dad, huh?
Great. I just loved it.
Because I know you hadn't seen your dad in a while, right?
Yeah. Got to spend a year with my dad. Shit kind of hit the fan at
What
the
happened?
end.
With Asher?
No, I didn't have Asher yet.
When the fuck was this?
This was in senior year.
You didn't graduate from Mandarin? I don't know you.
Yeah, I just left for a year. I was like, Mom, I'm sick of this. I'm going to live with Dad. And I
What'd
did.
she say? Do it!
She was sad. No,
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then
Did your brother feel betrayed?
He was really sad. I'll never forget that. That night before I left, he was hugging me, crying. I was like, I'm sorry, babe.
Oh.
That's so sad. But
Little
then my uncle was my principal at my high school, so that was interesting.
Oh,
So when I
nice.
got there, everybody was like, oh, you're Mr. Matson's niece. Oh, my God.
Oh, shit.
But then I made so many new friends that I still
Yeah.
are good friends with to this day.
So was it
it's so cool.
That's kind of everyone's dream in a way, to be I'm spending 1 year at this new school that no one knows me and I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. What did you do?
I got out at 12 because I had an early schedule anyways. So by 12, I just got off. I got a job at the mall. in school, I made some friends. I don't know, the normal school shit.
What's like the cultural difference? Because it's so far away, and like it might as well be like Germany.
Nobody has a
fucking
Jeep. That's a
London.
big difference there. Literally,
England.
no Jeeps.
No Jeeps.
Nope.
You know why? Because we are the king of the Jeeps in Jacksonville,
Literally,
Florida.
I was like, nobody, and I was like, live in an alternate universe over here in
Like,
Jeep land.
When I went to rehab, when this one kid from Atlanta who went to Bartram for a year, like, I told him I was from Jacksonville. I swear, he goes, dude, Jeeps. I
What?
swear, yeah.
That's
He's like,
crazy.
Jeep.
I thought I was just imagining this.
Yeah, no, it's like specific. Maybe like gravity bongs. Sure, people do that, but
But a Jeep.
Jeebs, like to say Jeeb is. You're fine. Don't worry about the mic. You're good. To say Jeeb is so Jacksonville, Florida. It's a goddamn shame. What's your favorite like Jacksonville slang? Like that shit's green. Still sticks with me. Like I still call
That
people
shit's green.
Yeah, like some green ass shit.
Yeah, that's green. I've heard that. I didn't know that was a Jacksonville thing.
It's a Florida thing, I think, or
I don't know.
because green usually means
Tell
like
me
I'm
some
like
more.
new to this.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like ignorant, but to us it just means like that's mean.
I just love Duval.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Could you? I'm actually gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you, and then you can send it to Derek for his ringtone. Do you make like do you do gay shit
but I
like
don't
that?
know any other.
Are you one of those-
slangs? Like I probably just say them. Don't know they're
Are
actually.
you one of those
slang.
girlfriends that's like making?
I'm not his girlfriend. First of all, it's gonna.
Okay, sorry. All right, but let's say maybe like you date somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't even mentioned any last names. No one even knows what we're talking about. 99% of these people don't even fucking live in this city. So,
True.
basically, are you the type of girlfriend that makes dudes do gay shit like those coffee mugs out there? I love you more. I really like that coffee mug. It's saying I love you.
That's cute though.
I love you more.
It's cute. Maybe for like a gag gift or like a Valentine's Day gift.
Oh my
Probably for like a funny gift. But I wouldn't literally be like, babe, look, I got you this. Don't you love it?
What if he got
No.
excited about it though, and
Well,
like
hell
was,
yeah.
like he
You want like matching pajama
right
and stuff?
right. You into that?
Hell yeah.
What about couples that match when they go out like to dinner? I understand a wedding, but like we're
People
going to
match
Chili's.
out to dinner?
People do that.
That's a little extra. I would not do that.
What's up with? Because you have a brother. I don't. You know, you have a stepbrother.
I do.
Good.
He's older a little bit. He's like 25. He rides bulls.
Perfect.
Breaks his bones. Perfect.
Perfect. What's up with all this? Why do you think that the reason that when you look up porn that there's all this step brother stepsister fucking is because they're shoving it down our throats, or because it's like for real
A fetish.
the hot topic?
Really? Is that a hot topic?
Yes. Yes, it is. And now here's another question.
There's so many fetishes out
If
there.
I'm an only child, is that weird?
Is that weird that you like that?
I don't, but is it? It creeps me out. It's way too specific. Like, I don't need porn to be specific. Like, it's already weirding me out to watch it. And
It's because people like...
I got shame.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll talk about it all day. But,
You
like...
got shame? For what?
No, like porn. But I'm saying when I watch it, it's weird to me. It's already weird to me.
Yeah, it's
so I
weird
don't
to
want
me,
it to be
too.
like this extremely situational specific thing. Like, so if I was into brother-sister porn, is that weird? I
Since
am
you're
an
an
only
only
child.
child.
I don't have that.
I don't know. That would be
Right.
kind of hard to pinpoint why you would like that. I'd have to dig deep.
Probably.
Maybe because you don't have a sister or a brother.
Probably
might
just
turn you
the
on. I don't know.
verbalization of the taboo.
Yep, there's a
Is
lot of them out there.
verbalization a word?
Verbalization.
You read your miracle
have
book
no
every day.
idea.
Has that ever been in there?
I think so.
Really?
Verbalization. Verbalize.
Verbalize. What was today's miracle
I actually
motivation?
did not read one today because it was raining, and I always read it outside. And whenever it's raining, sometimes I forget.
So, what's your porch style? It gets wet? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so does mine.
Yeah, I just have a big table out there and no cover though.
I'll
So-
open this door. The big
That
sliding
gets
glass.
wet.
Yeah.
Why? 'Cause
Even
there's
with the
walls?
porch above it. Yeah. It's just like we're on the lake.
True.
So the wind is like really bad. You can actually hear it like whipping. Like, you know, it was really windy like the past week. In the middle of the night, you'll just hear it like howling coming through. Mm-hmm. But look at Daisy right now. I'm sorry.
I know. Look at her, so sleepy.
So you have a dog. A question I ask for everybody with a dog is, would you rather have the dog you have now forever, or be able to talk to every dog that you have for the rest of your life? And it's not like, hey, Daisy, and then Daisy talks to me. It's like I look at her and we're communicating. So like it's not weird, you know? You're not like fucking whatever Eddie Murphy in that movie.
Be able to talk to them.
Dr. Dolittle.
Or have the same one forever. Does the same one you have forever talk to you?
Like, would you rather have Dinky forever? Your Dinky? What's your dog's name?
Oakley.
Would you rather have Oakley forever, or a pair of Oakleys? Which one?
You lost it when you said they're gonna talk to me, but is Oakley gonna talk to me too?
No.
Oh.
Either Oakley and you remain your dog relationship, but he dies the day you die, or if you want to give him to your son, whatever.
I really do like her. She's so sweet. I don't know. That's a hard one. I do think about that sometimes when their lives are so short and you're like weird. Like I have my cat and my dog next to me and I'm like, in 10 years,
I know I'm setting
I'll have a
myself
different
up.
cat and dog next to me. Like it's so weird.
Future
You just have to
depression.
enjoy their energies while they're there.
Yeah.
Poor puppies.
So what's your answer? Would you rather talk to dogs or keep your dog?
I would not want to talk to dogs. I'd
Me
rather
neither.
just keep my dog because she fucking gets in my ears enough. I feel
It's like the beauty of this is that she can't talk to me, so I'm just assuming like it's all good.
I have enough people talk to me. You know, like Asher. And then if I have a dog talk
What
to me
would
at the
your
same
dog?
time.
What would Oakley say to you? What would your dog say if it could talk to you for 5 minutes
Just
and it
cuddle
knew?
me. Oh no, a thunderstorm. Hide me.
You think if your dog had 5 minutes and it knew I only have 5 minutes to talk to
I don't
Zoe?
know what it would say. Maybe I hope she would say she loves me. I don't know. Who
I'm
knows?
sure she would say she loves you, but like, do you
What
have
do you
any
think
weird?
she'd say?
Do you think she'd tell you to stop doing anything?
Leaving her at home, but while I go to work all by
Bring me.
herself.
Bring me with you. I'm good.
She hates. I have to go to work for like sometimes 10 hours. You know.
Yeah. So you have a pit bull.
But I
Right?
didn't even want to get the dog that my ex ended up getting her.
It's a good dog. You have a pit bull, right? Right. You have a child, right?
And she's a mostly boxer. And I
Exactly.
never wanted a boxer in my whole life. I was like, my least favorite dog was a boxer.
This is a hack subject, but like, it's so dumb that like these dogs get a bad rap.
I know.
Those dogs
They're good dogs.
above us are mean as fuck. They won't bite anybody, but they're mean. Like,
Yeah, what are they?
I don't know, but like little dogs will bite you. You know what I mean? Like Daisy's not gonna bite you. She knows that like if she bites somebody, it's catastrophic. These dogs don't know that. These little dogs, they just
don't
think
like
like
the
I
mean
can just
ones.
bite somebody
Yeah.
because they know it's not actually gonna like
Hurt them.
fucking ruin someone's
I feel
life.
like most of those little dogs are just, you can't trust them. They're like cats, you know?
Yeah.
They're just like,
I want to
I
get
don't
a
know
cat
about you.
because Daisy loves cats. Like that's her thing.
Really?
She doesn't like other dogs. And
You would do the eyebrows. She literally
she's
Oakley's
got
all
those
about
eyes.
her eyebrows.
She's got the eyebrows, and she
eyes.
looks at you, and she's got a lazy
Oh
eye as
my
well.
Gosh. It's like, I'm sorry, I love you so much. I
But,
know you want cuddles.
How do you feel like if you got a cat, but you have this dog? Would
I
you?
have a cat.
Okay, does it have its? Mm-hmm. Ooh, how does that work?
She's a really fat cat. It's the same cat I've had.
You have the same cat? Mm-hmm. How fucking old is that cat?
Stella. She is. I'm not sure. Because when I got her in Arizona, I think she was like 3. The owner didn't even know. And now I've had her for 5 years. So maybe she's like 8. I keep telling myself she's 5 or 6, but I've told myself that for like 3 years.
Yeah, she's been 5 or 6 for
And
5
I
or 6
took her to
years.
the vet, but they never tell me, really.
How do they know? You know what I mean?
They're just like, oh, you don't know? Okay, yeah, 6. That sounds good.
Yeah, like that's bullshit. Like, there's no way that's real that they're like, we're gonna do some tests on your dog or cat and tell you how old she is.
Maybe
Like,
by like their teeth or something, I wonder.
oh,
But
that's
Stella
actually genius.
hates
Look at you.
dogs.
Nice.
So
Might be. So you have a kid. It's about to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of scary.
I'm scared.
Right. What's
I don't like the bombs.
the bombs, the guns?
And like at Marion High, for example, they've literally pulled a bomb threat like 6 times in the past month.
They've
Just like,
probably done.
Why are they doing that to the kids? Like literally, they'll pull them out, make it a huge deal, text the parents,
Yeah,
have them
yeah.
come pick them up. One time they made them sit out on the bleachers all
Yeah,
day.
I had to do that my freshman year.
And I'm just like, why are you keep doing like unless you know for sure? I don't know. I just feel like it's just
Can't
mean.
be better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I guess.
But like, what a ridiculous scenario to begin with.
Wild, yeah.
All like bomb threats.
And the kids just think it's funny. Like they're literally like, "Oh, let's just have everybody evacuate. It'd be so funny." So it's mostly like fake bomb threats that kids just are doing because they're little punks.
How do you think it gets better?
But if there's a real one, it's like, I have no idea.
My freshman year, there were so many bomb threats. We had that one where we went out to where when it happened, like there'd be more. People didn't take it serious. You know, like that's some real crying wolf shit.
Yeah, it's like unless you know for sure, but I guess in an open campus it's hard. I don't really know. I think that it's just something you have to have faith in, or not put your kid in school.
What do you think about the
or metal detectors? I really think I'm one of those people that's like, let's just spend the money and put a metal detector in every fucking school. Let's do it.
I agree, but the problem is, it's like the weird thing about all the metal detectors and stuff is like, you know, the body scanners. For obviously when you go on a plane. So those got implemented pretty much like with the Patriot Act, you know? And these companies, you know how you always see like 2 of them open, and then there's 2 that are always not open? You know why that is?
Why? When
you buy those, you have to buy them 4 at a time. This company lobbied their way through politics to get a no-bid contract, to get it to where every single airport in the United States, anything that needs body scanners.
And that's the only body scanner company. Right.
And that's what's going to happen with metal detectors. You know what I mean? And it's like...
For most schools, I think you will need more than 2.
I don't believe this at all. But do you believe in conspiracies such as like...
Yeah, this is what I like to talk about.
All of these shootings and stuff, maybe... They are happening, but maybe all these people that do them have ties to the CIA, the FBI.
I've definitely always thought about that.
They all say they have voices in their head. There is the voice of God. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
I'm going to look this up to make sure it's real while you're talking, but the voice of God, from what I have learned, and maybe it's not true.
What do you mean by the voice of God? Like a specific...
It's a weapon.
Oh, a weapon.
That makes people hear things, and they put propaganda into it. This is what they use in Iraq.
Like brainwash them? Or it's like an actual
They
device?
put voices in their head. Like straight up. And all these people say they have... I don't believe this. This is just a conspiracy theory.
I definitely thought it was maybe either the government or ISIS. Like, I feel like we literally
Are you talking about Vegas?
Just Vegas and all the shootings and bombings. It's like, how come we're just brushing it off? It's almost like we make a big deal about it, but then we just brush it off.
So,
And then, I don't know. It's like, it's just so weird. It's hard for me to wrap my head around. But I think... where was I going with that?
Okay. I don't know where you're going with that.
Something about the government fucking bombing people.
Oh, with all
or
the
brainwashing people.
And brainwashing people. You know, like hypnotizing people. Some people can be hypnotized, some people can't. They've like the show's on Netflix and stuff. This guy's been on Rogan's podcast. He's been on Sam Harris's podcast. A bunch of other people, where he is a mentalist and he's a master hypnotizer. I don't know what the
hypnosis.
A motivator. I don't know. He's a hypnovator. He fucking he will hypnotize people, and like, you know, the Truman Show, the Jim Carrey movie.
Definitely.
Where it's, okay, so they do that. Are you serious? Well, it's a movie about Jim Carrey where he thinks he's living a life, but literally the city that he lives in is a prop. It's a 24-hour television show where every person in his life is an actor. It's all this great.
Cool.
It's one of the best movies ever.
It reminds me of the show Maniac I'm watching right now.
Oh.
Where it's like...
I'm done with it. I love it. How good is that?
It's so good. I'm on like this.
Damn, how good is that show? Go watch Maniac on Netflix if you haven't. But
it gets deep.
This guy, you know how you hear like this conspiracy theory, this age-old like MK Ultra, where they're trying to create somebody who, without knowing that they're going to do it, they hear a noise, there's some signal that goes off, and then they commit murder.
Trigger.
You know what I mean? He did that to people. So it's true. You can do that for sure. Really? He did it to people in like a month. So imagine these people who have had...
You saw this on Netflix?
And this is me just devil's advocating conspiracy theory stuff. No, I listened to a podcast on it. he's done multiple specials on it where like he's had people push people, multiple people. It's not like one person. He does this experiment with like 5 people a show, pushing them off of a building without even knowing they're doing it. Like they push the person and find out that they pushed the person.
Weird, and no drugs involved.
No drugs involved.
That's wild.
You know, the Unabomber.
At the track.
More
race
importantly than
thing.
what he did,
Right.
the Unabomber wrote a manifesto that basically, if you were to read it now, I'm not trying to make this guy a hero. I'm not trying to martyr him at all, but he has a manifesto. Everyone should look it up. Unabomber's manifesto. That it sounds like he wrote this way long ago. It's right now. He's describing everything that's going on right now, how technology, and that's why he did what he did. He was a part of MK Ultra, the Harvard LSD studies, where they were trying to control people's fucking minds. So I personally don't think that's what it is, but it's a possibility, and I'm willing to devil's advocate for it all day. Do you think that's what it is, or do you think it's just literally a problem going on? Or do you think, like I said, because these companies with the metal detectors, you're right, they should put in metal detectors. Because of how bad things are, do you think these companies are facilitating things like this to happen so they can put metal detectors in everything and make
and get more
$1 trillion?
And outright all those other companies.
Is that what you think it is, or do you think it's more?
I don't think we'd ever really. I think it would take years to get metal detectors in every school because people want to save their money. You know what I mean? America's so like, no.
Well, did you ever see that movie?
Let's still send our kids, but let's not put metal detectors. I think it's just like an extra step. Because like I just hear so many parents complaining about it. And it's like that'd be one way to just make everybody feel a little bit more comfortable.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And well, that's just for the
That's the
guns.
problem,
I mean, if
though.
you're gonna bomb and go fucking like way extra, that's gonna happen. I guess I almost feel like all this crazy stuff has been happening for years and years. We're just more like stressed about it and more stuff because of all of the media like, making us stressed, trying to get us all fucking wild up. When it's like all this shit's been happening for years, we just guess what? We didn't find out about it before.
Exactly.
So that's what pisses me off, and that's the same thing with like the elections and all that shit. Like people. We've always been voting. There's always been crazy shit happening in the government, but just because we can have like so many different stories left and right, it's making us all stressed and making it a bigger deal than it really is.
Exactly.
Like, oh my God, everybody take a breather.
You could not focus on the world easily and have a great life. I've not been paying attention to Jaguars football at all this year. On purpose. I saw the writing on the wall. I was like, I'm not watching this anymore. I'm not doing this to myself. I've been doing it my whole life. I'm not having a shitty Sunday for the next 16 weeks. So, remember how I said I was going to look
You should still support them.
Remember the voice of God?
Yeah.
This is real, motherfuckers. In 2007, are we living in a fucking simulation? Intriguingly, Strategy Page reports that troops are using the long-range acoustic device as a modified voice of God weapon. It appears that some of the troops in Iraq are using spoken as opposed to screeching LRAD to mess with enemy fighters. So what they do is they say things and it sends it out and it puts it into people's, because it's at a weird frequency. That's and it freaky. Tells them things. So that's you're telling me
extra science shit. Like they've been studying that stuff
so they can't
for years.
Put that. They can't put this in my house one day when I'm at work and start putting voices in my head.
Sure, if they wanted to.
They could put that thing right fucking in my light bulb. Yeah. Like it's Stranger Things, man. With a bug.
They sure can. Just like they're in all of our phones, of course.
What are you watching? What's your shows? What does Zoe watch?
Just Maniac.
Maniac is so good. People
I just
sleeping on it.
I bounce from shows. I don't watch much TV at all, really. I watch Friends.
How cool is the
Today Show?
How cool is the aesthetic of Maniac, where it looks like it's like 1990, but it also is like 2090?
Yeah, well, they go through all the alternate and then universes.
I'm talking about the real world that they live in.
Oh yeah,
where it like
looks old, but I feel like that's almost how the 70s looked, just because everything was very extra colored and
it was like
vibrant.
It was the TVs are box TVs. The cars are that of the 90s. It's like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s all mixed into one. It's very weird.
It is. I started it.
I highly suggest it.
And then I had to start it over because I didn't pay enough attention the first time.
I just can't believe that we have a weapon that puts voices in people's head that is real, and no one knows about it. What the fuck? What else do we have? Ew.
So much stuff. What about like robots? What do you think is going to happen with that?
1,000%. We gotta stop right now. We gotta stop. You know? It's over. They're making, I'm pretty sure they already made it, which I could also look this up. Robots that after disasters like Katrina or after a bloody battle, come in. I'm not lying about this. They eat and consume all the human bodies. They put them in them. And
okay, see, this is
they don't need fuel because they run off the fuel.
No, they do not. From
You're gonna make me look this up. I'm about to be 2 for 2. I'm about to be 2 for 2 on Google, Zoe.
Let's see this one. That's wild.
What's your robot thoughts as I Google this? You think we'll be
think
living in
robots? To
robots?
be feared. I think it just is a sign that something's not going right.
Do you think a robot will truly become conscious?
I'm not conscious, but I don't like the idea of the sex robots because that's freaky.
Human eating robots. You know why you don't
I
like
was
sex
listening
robots?
to that on the radio. No, it was just like a couple weeks ago. I'm in the car just driving, and they're actually having a real conversation about it. They're talking about these sex robots that might end up ruining like our population because everyone's gonna be addicted to sex robots, and they actually look real fucking life. Like it's a real girl, literally like beautiful. I'm like, what if they just start like
I'm not
dying
Googling-
out because everybody wants to have a sex robot.
I'll get into this right after I say this. Don't, Zoe, you are so on point with what you're saying.
Anyways.
How dare you question me and my facts? Military researchers develop corpse-eating robots. Remember, it's called Eater. EATR. What is going on?
But how would that even supply them energy? Don't understand. That is wild.
Oh, it's 2018 and people have no idea what's going on because there's so much going on. And they choose, they don't want that. That's not going to be on the news. Imagine if that's on fucking News for Jacks. Imagine the comment section of that. Which also,
I don't watch the news ever.
The most racist place in the world is a local news channel's comments.
Exactly, I hate it.
Oh my God. It is insane to go on News for Jacks.
Makes me sick.
So let's get back to sex robots.
No,
here's why you're wrong about humans.
Oh, yeah.
You're right, though. So people like you and Derek don't need a robot. But people like, I'm making up names here. We'll call him Johnny Fat Boy and Sonia Ugly Face.
I know, but what about
They're
it's like
settling.
the best? It's the best of both worlds.
They're settling.
That's why, like how you're saying about
only beautiful people are going to be reproducing in the future. The human race will actually become
like an elite.
All these Uggies got to get out of here.
We need to talk about. But that's a good
What's
idea.
that?
Just how you just said.
Elite.
Certain people will reproduce.
It's true, like.
But that's still
ugly people, which it like.
But it also is going to put a damper on marriage, which is going to like.
No, it won't.
You don't think so? Come
a
on.
sex robot is not something.
I'm talking about generations that are lesser than us, probably, that are even more consumed with technology. Like they're going to be like, oh, we don't need to entertain a real woman. We're just going to have this. Boom.
Right.
It's like the best of both worlds. They're going to literally not know. Like, I don't know.
But you know if you don't know it's a robot, that type of thing, like, but you know. So, therefore, there's always going to be this thing where, like, yeah, but you're not getting human pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know, I would hope so.
So, only
people just
attractive
love technology.
People. If an attractive girl goes up to some fat dude with his fat ass wife and says, and she's cool, like, she's like, let's go, you know? He will do that. Same with the girl with the guy. Like, most people are settling. You're not going to have to do that when fucking this cool ass robot who is exactly what you want it to look like to a weird level.
That's what's weird.
Like, damn, you made your sister, dude. That's going to be
there
happening.
You go again, talking about sister.
It's called a callback, baby.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so pretty much, I do not think that is the worst part of robots. I think it's the best part.
But it's definitely like how they're training them and shit to be so strong and jump and everything. It's just weird.
Have you seen like the Boston Dynamic robots? What they can do?
No.
Okay. I'm going to press pause. I'm going to pull up the video. We're going to watch it. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, boom. We are back. This video is Uptown Spot, Boston Dynamics. It looks... You've seen Black Mirror, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm taking from Joe Rogan, but like I don't watch Joe Rogan's podcast, so I'm not sure if this is the video that he played. But like, this is the exact same thing that's in Black Mirror. This looks exactly like it, and it's used.
That's what I was thinking. It looked familiar. I didn't know if it was from.
It's like used for the same thing. I'm sick of these ads.
Always.
I'm sick of this shit.
Sick of it.
Sick of these shitty
Fucking
Netflix original
loser.
movies too. We got music. It's dancing.
Dancing. Look at that.
Hey, it's dancing. It looks like a dinky, doesn't it?
It does. Look at that.
It
Even moving
literally-
its head and stuff. Like.
That thing's gonna have a gun on it. It's doing the moonwalk.
Wow.
This is fucking scary. I don't know what's worse, the song or the potential that this thing has.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like this song, really? Oh boy.
Oh no, his head's big now. He's doing like this weird.
Doing. Like
It's way too
worm.
fluid.
Wow.
Oh, it's twerking.
Oh, I was waiting for that.
There are literally girls who twerk worse than that thing. You know what's crazy to me? When it did that weird, like... First of all, I should have just muted that the whole time. That song was fucking terrible. Don't believe me, just watch, motherfucker.
And we just watched it. We're like, wow. Ooh, ah.
That thing, when it did its weird, like, squiggly shit, that was so fluid. That did not look like a robot.
Like a giraffe.
So, what's your thoughts on this? Like, what's going on with these guys? What are they going to be doing?
That's
what are
what I'm
robots?
just wondering, asking you. Like, what are they going to use them for? That's so bad.
I think that, honestly, it's not going to be something where it's like instantly these robots are coming in and they're wiping everybody out and it's just this fucking...
Like, are they going to be against us or, like, with us?
Here's my thought. The only optimistic way I've come to, like, dealing with this in my head is no matter how, quote-unquote, conscious that they think these things are, they're not.
They could glitch or something.
It's a really good simulation. Like, at the end of the day, that thing's consciousness is going to be code. It's not going to be an evolutionary trait that me and you have developed, you know, where it's literally, you can't turn our conscious off unless you kill us. That thing has no conscious.
Yeah, that's how
So it will literally do what you code it to do.
Oh, yeah, so it could just destroy a bunch of stuff.
But it has memories.
What? How does it have memories?
It's
like a computer.
Yes, but it has memories. Like, it remembers every single thing specifically.
And then learns it. And then,
So, if... I think eventually, even as unconscious pieces of technology, they will... Because there's a weird thing, like, let's say you make a robot...
See where you're going, like, they get triggered the wrong way, and next thing you know...
Let's say you... Which sounds like a good idea. Let's program this robot to be... Look out for the world. Like, it sees, I'm going to do everything to protect the world. And now, after 30 years, it is built up... Not even 30 years, let's be real. After fucking 4 years...
Yeah.
3 years, maybe 1. Holy shit! We got videos on mute. That robot closed the door.
And opened it.
But it did that before without touching it.
Did it really?
It has an air suction.
Rewind it because I missed
Holy shit. This robot just opened a door without touching it.
I saw it do like a
It's called the
push.
Spot Mini. Let's turn it up.
Spot Mini. The canine-inspired Spot Mini weighs about 25
Watch
kilograms
this.
or 55 pounds and is much lighter than other Boston Dynamics robots. It runs off electricity and can
Like a
operate for
magnet.
about 1.5 hours. Spot
Oh,
Mini
it
is
touched
also
it.
the quietest
Oh,
robot from
shit.
Boston
Hold on.
Dynamics. In February 2018,
Because it does it again, I'm pretty sure. Because I didn't see this part. It has a leash!
On YouTube trending, and a lot of people did find it a bit creepy, especially if they were fans.
Okay, I saw that. I saw that part of the video and I thought he closed the door and I was like, what? The point
If it
is,
was like a magnet, maybe. Magnet mouth could have done it. But yeah, it's so strong. Look at it. It still opened it, even against the guy.
so this thing, let's say it looks out for the world. We don't want it to hurt anything because that's best case scenario. You don't want it to hurt a dog, even if this dog... Because think about Daisy, the way she plays with me. If a robot is taught to look out for humans and Daisy's playing with me like that, it will hurt Daisy because it seems crazy,
True.
you know?
Yeah.
So you have to make it, quote unquote, worldly. Hey, man. So after 2 years of living in like every single fucking human thing that happened to it and viewing the world and taking everything in and it being a problem solver, we now become the problem. We are the problem on Earth.
Yeah.
You look around. I'm not a hippie at all, and it's true. We are ruining our Earth, man. Mother Earth, dude.
Bro.
It's us. It honestly is our fault.
We are. It's because we're taking it too far.
And a robot's going to see that. It's like if you make a robot that all it does is need to make like clothespins, and that's all it knows how to do, but it's really good at that. It's gonna fucking make everything into a clothespin. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna try to start turning people into clothespins. Which is, for people who know what I'm actually trying to say, I am so wrong right now. Like, this is like a direct little, like, I don't even know what it would be called when you... It's like a thought experiment almost without the experiment. I don't know. But,
okay.
What got you into the conspiracies?
My dad. He's just super conspiracy'd up.
So what about, like... How do you feel about vaccinations?
I'm in the middle because I think they're good ultimately.
Yeah, for sure.
But in the long run, they freak me out because it's like
Did you have the chickenpox?
We're decoding it, or you know what I mean?
Did you get chickenpox?
I never got chickenpox. I got the vaccination.
I never. I don't even think that was an option for me.
Really?
Yeah.
You never got the vaccination?
Somebody was just over here. I'm pretty sure that
you got the chickenpox.
No.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I'm trying to think of who I talked to about this, but we were talking about the chickenpox and how, oh my God, it was fucking Kat and Nicole.
Really?
Yes. So
chickenpox.
And they're your age. They're younger than you, right?
A little bit. Maybe a year.
So I guess we were wrong because you got the vaccination. I didn't. They didn't.
Really?
We got chickenpox.
You got chickenpox?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were like,
it works.
They said that like all of their parents' friends who had kids were like, let me expose my kid to your kid so they can just get the chickenpox and get it over with.
What?
Yeah.
That's painful.
But you were out in Arizona. Maybe Arizona's a little bit ahead of Florida.
Maybe. My parents were super hippie, so I'm surprised I got it. But I think it's good because I read a story once about this mom bringing her little baby into a waiting room, and this guy that didn't obviously get vaccinated as a child had measles or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then she got an email like later on that day saying that she probably came in contact with measles and her baby wasn't old enough to get vaccinated yet, so the baby didn't have the vaccination. They told her she can't leave her house for 30 days until all the tests come back that her baby's gonna live and that her baby doesn't have measles and all this stuff. And like, it's just like a perfect example. Like, if you don't vaccinate, you can put so many more people in risk. You know what I mean? People that don't have the choice, people that are sick and can't get vaccinated.
So does this baby die or what?
No, I ended up not having it, so that was good. But she didn't know for 3 weeks if the baby was gonna have measles or not. Like, Jesus. That's terrifying. So ugh. I think it's just better to, as a population, accept it. Oh. But at the same time, like, I don't get the flu shot ever. So
fuck the flu shot.
Because they scare me and I don't trust them.
Yeah, the flu shot's dumb because why are they giving you shit? Why is the flu shot free and why are you giving me like a turkey?
A turkey.
You didn't see that? It
says get a flu shot and take home a turkey?
Yeah. A butterbean or a butterball. Wow, Butterbean's so the weird. Boxer. A butterball turkey. I'm fucking dead serious. Butterbean.
It's
butterball, right?
I wonder why.
Butterball, right? Is the turkey.
I don't know what that is. Really?
Mm-mm. You blow my mind sometimes.
But did you know that vaccinations are made in eggs? Like, that's a lot of...
What do you mean? So here's what you do. It's like an omelet.
They are.
What do you mean?
Like, they grill them in eggs.
They grill them?
They grill them.
Oh, I thought you said grill. I was like, Jesus fuck.
The antibody.
So they take an egg and then just fucking liquefy it.
Have to be like, yeah.
What kind of eggs?
Just eggs. So it takes a bunch of eggs.
What the fuck do you mean? Just eggs.
Chicken eggs.
Okay.
All right. I learned this because of like the H1N1, That can probably come back because we won't put enough money into it to find out the vaccination. Mm-hmm. You're not scared about that?
No.
That's kind of scary. Learning that it can come back at any moment, and we're not going to be prepared because...
But it came and nothing happened.
Well, hundreds and hundreds of people died. Thousands of people died.
Not here.
In the U.S.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Damn.
They didn't have any room, like, in the hospitals. People were getting, like, people that were there for other shit had to get lesser service and stuff. And all the doctors on there were like, we better prepare. It's going to come back. Like, and we're all not going to be able to fight it.
When the fuck was this? Hold on, let me look at this.
It takes so many eggs to do
chicken eggs.
Vaccinations.
What else? Paprika? What else?
A little bit of salt.
What fucking goes in there? Jesus.
Anyways, so I want to hear more about this kid capturing stuff.
Okay, so boom. PSA. You have a son. I'm not trying to scare you. This is real shit. So everybody, break out your Couch Talk notepads. Write this down. Conspiracy of silence. All of my OLs, my old listeners will know. I've already talked about this in depth, and I'm going to do it again, baby. So Conspiracy of Silence is a documentary in like the early 90s that was funded by the BBC, some huge Irish, like in Ireland, broadcasting network, and I believe it was CBS and the Discovery Channel. All
CBS.
Were funding this thing, and it was
like a kids channel too.
About, I forget what his name is, but it's something Franklin, and he got all sort of white collar, just embezzlement, all this bullshit, fraud type crimes. And he was really big in the 80s and the early 90s in the Republican Party as, I'm not going to say that, how can we be racist? There's a black guy right here, but he was kind of that guy, you know, for the Republican Party. And super rich, just a fucking baller. He had his own bank, Franklin Investment, like Franklin. It's a big one.
Franklin. Yeah.
So they'd make this documentary with the intention of finding out, because this was a huge story. I mean, he fucked over, a lot of people. This is kind of like Rupert Murdoch and Ron. Different levels. Not Rupert Murdoch. I don't know why that is. For multiple episodes now, I have said he is something that he is not. Like, he keeps being in my head for some reason. But basically, all these huge, like, scams that happened, like, remember the Enron scam? Do you remember? Like, on that level, this guy did that, so they're making a documentary about it. And they're interviewing people, and because he had this place called Boys Town that was this charitable thing that kids, they had commercials for it. It was priest. It was, you go there. It's a Catholic place. You go there, and it's a foster place for boys all across the country can go there. I'm pretty sure that, like, if you were in San Francisco, this is in Arkansas. So if you're in San Francisco and you're some kid who's 14 living on the streets and you just ran away from your foster home, you see that commercial, you call them, they fly you out. You know what I mean? So they're getting all these fucking lost kids that no one knows who they are. They're the poor souls of the world, really, in the United States at least. So all these kids are going there, and there's like a really high dropout. Like they disappear. There's like a bunch of people missing from there around the age of 14, 13, 12, 11. And they're all assumed and
so they're documented there once they enter, and
they're explained away as just being runaways. They'd ran away before. They're doing it again.
They want to go back home. That's smart.
But really, they're either dead or living on the streets. So these people find out sort of stuff going on. They go to Boys Town. People are telling them the whispers of what has happened there, and they start finding people. They're looking into the records. They find kids, interview these people. I'm talking, they name politicians, all this shit. Like, real serious accusations, like, of the highest level of government. Mm-hmm. Fucking boys, taking pictures, killing children, making them fuck each other, and then murdering one of them in the middle of it, as I explained to you on the porch. I don't want to get too into it on here. It's kind of violent. Just conspiracy of silence. So, they run out of money. They go back to the BBC and all of their funders, and they say, hey, look what we've got. We have found something way deeper, way better. This is blowing the lid off this. There is a legitimate child trafficking ring that is going on within our government, and our law enforcement is in on it, and all of the funding gets cut. the thing gets dropped. It's not going to be on TV anymore. All of the companies that were once funding this pull out, dismiss it, bury it. It's 1994.
1994.
Guess what comes out? YouTube. Guess who still has all that shit? Those people. They put it on YouTube. It's amazing. And, you know, this
amazing in the worst way.
This is a staggering number. Like 850,000 children go missing every year. I'm going to Google that just to make sure. Only 200,000 of them are those cases where like they are actually off with the dad and the mom just reported it missing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
This is 600,000 children in the United States who no one knows where they are. It's a lot. It's a fucking shitload of people.
So many.
That's not 600. That's not 6,000. That's 600,000.
And we don't even hear about like most of them at all.
And
they're just missing.
Did you grow up playing outside?
Yeah.
See, you can't do that anymore, right? Is that even a thing?
I don't know. I think it depends on your mindset.
But you're there. You're there.
Yeah, I mean, it is scary. But is that also, like we said before, you're just more
when I was
exposed to us being scared of like kidnappings?
When I was like 5,
people have been getting kidnapped forever.
When I was 5, I would play outside with my friends. My parents would just be inside.
Yeah, I know.
And I would, you know, I'd get hurt, all this stuff. And I remember when it started changing where literally once, do you know that girl, God, what's that little girl? Maddie Clifton.
Yeah, her dad comes at Ale House all the time.
Oh, that's horrible. Once that happened, this city was shook big time, you know, like horribly, like it was traumatic. And there was this thing now of like, oh my God, like kids could get, like our kids aren't safe.
Can happen.
So there would be on the news, like breaking news, there is a white Dodge, like I'm describing my car. There's a white Dodge Durango with a man in his 30s driving in the neighborhood of...
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah, sort of.
And all the kids would have to go inside.
Wow.
And then we learned that. And when we would be outside playing and we saw a car driving slow with a guy in it, we would all run into someone's backyard. Like literally. Like we would all be like, what the fuck? Because we lived in a cul-de-sac.
Sucks.
People get lost. They come down a cul-de-sac. They turn around. This is no GPS. People get lost with GPS. Imagine no GPS. Jesus. They fucking pull down. They turn around. And I remember like at least 8 different times in my life, me and my friends are running for our fucking lives, thinking we're about to get kidnapped because some guy who's an adult. Yeah. So
it's still sketchy.
They scared us.
They did.
You know? And how can you not be a helicopter parent, though?
I mean, I feel like you could have easily got stolen even better in the past because you didn't have... Most kids now have cell phones. So it's like that adds an extra step for predators.
When are you going to give your kid a cell phone?
So I don't really know yet. I didn't get one until I was 11. And it had like 4 buttons. It was one of those Firefly
You are
phones.
hilarious.
And
like,
my little brother got one when he was 7.
Like, you're saying that like it's fucking like you're like mad
but that's
about
better
it.
because now little kids, like literally my brother got one when he was 7. I'm like, 7? And
that's ridiculous.
Now almost every single kid that is above the age of 8 at least has a cell phone, you know?
I got mine in the 7th grade.
That's good. I think that's how it should be.
Yeah. My
But now it's all scary. All the parents want their kids to have phones so that they're safe. Meow, meow, meow.
Okay, how many children go missing in the United States? There were 662,228 reported cases in 2006. That's 2006. The vast majority of missing children are runaways. See, that's what they always say because...
Runaways.
And I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm saying that that's the perfect throwaway.
Lullaby. Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect, he just ran away. We don't know where he is. You'll never find him. You know, it's tragic. And
that's crazy.
No, I can't believe I didn't say this. In Conspiracy of Silence, there's kids who are quote unquote dead on paper who they're interviewing.
Really?
Yeah. Is that fucking insane?
So what do you think their motive is for that? Like they just have sick minds that want to rape the little boys and kill them?
Once these kids quote unquote die, they are for real erased. You can do whatever the fuck you want with them. Now if you kill them, they're gone. Like there's no, like they are yours. They're dead. You know?
Yeah, but what? So
they're already yours, but like they're yours forever now. Like They don't even exist anymore on paper. How do you feel about this is just a weird parallel of existing on paper. How do you feel about the deplatforming of people like Alex Jones on social media?
See, what? Dude, I'm so behind on all this
Okay,
stuff.
so basically, do you think that Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or whatever should have the right to say that you're not allowed to have an account anymore because we don't agree with the things that you say?
I mean, if they
You
have
young
rules and
motherfuckers.
regulations, like, I guess, but at the same time, it's like, we do have freedom of speech, so, I don't know, but I think you should respect, it's like their company, pretty much.
It is a private company,
what I mean?
but at what point does
So
the biggest, like,
if
these
they're
private
being
companies are
weird,
free and they're
fucking
public?
saying weird shit, like, why would they want them on there anyway?
I think if the government can
Keep people safe.
use the social media, then it should be a place that abides by the First Amendment. Because Donald Trump might possibly be the most active person on Twitter in the world.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable. Like, are you fucking serious?
Stupid.
Like, the president,
I hate it.
it's
That
really
part is
mind-blowing.
just weird.
It really is weird. Like,
Because we never had a president that just
And he's,
Twitters
like,
it
old.
up all the time. We're just like,
Like,
oh,
Obama
this
was
is what we're
younger.
doing now. America.
like Obama tried to make Twitter work, and he just didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to. He was like trying to use it like as a president. Trump's using it as like an angsty teenager. It's fucking insane. Like,
Expressing his emotions and stuff. It's so funny.
it really is. That's the thing. And you know, I heard a great fucking quote. I think it was Anthony Cumia. You always hear people saying, like, which this is true, like, all these middle to lower class, middle America people who voted for Trump, who Trump's policies in no way are benefiting them. They are all, you know, helping essentially him. You got to answer that?
My sister.
You got to answer it? That's fine.
That's okay.
Okay. He said, like, it's the classic thing. What has Trump done for them? You know? And he's entertained them.
Yeah.
These people feel now like they are actually a part of the country. Like, I disagree with them, but they feel like when Obama was president and all of this, like, which is ridiculous and they're wrong, but the progression of not being racist and all this stuff and including everybody, you know, trying not to exclude anybody in this whole, hey man, and gay marriage and everyone's free and we're all the same. They didn't feel a part of that because
the middle class?
I'm talking about these people who you would say are the quote-unquote racist who voted for Donald Trump, who are broke as fuck, who literally are voting for ideas as if they're a millionaire, which is the problem with America, this idea that, it's not that they're voting for it, they think they're going to be millionaires one day, and when that day comes, they don't want to have to pay a lot of taxes, which is ridiculous, because you're not going to become a millionaire, 2,
you're still going to have to
you have
pay
a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Why do you care about paying taxes?
Seriously, that's so annoying.
If I have $1,000 in my bank account after all my bills are paid, I'm the richest person that I know, I feel like. How dare you have a couple $1 million in your bank account and you have to give $500,000 of it to taxes and you're like, oh, what the fuck?
To the city. Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Like,
These people are pieces of shit.
they're just selfishness. It's
And
America,
also,
you know, we want more.
These are the same
So we
people.
don't want to give our money to the government, but
They
it's
get
like,
money back on their tax returns.
Yeah, and they get money back.
They would be getting more if they voted for their own self-interest. But they vote for their dreams'
for their
interest.
future. Yeah.
It's not even their fucking future because they're
It's
not
their
even
dream.
planning for it. It's not
Yeah.
like these people are like you're working in and I'm not hating on it.
Well, see, that's where I kind of differ about, like, the government. I feel like you can vote for something right now. It doesn't really mean it's going to last forever, you know?
That's
So
the problem with
that's the
everything.
thing
It doesn't
that
last forever.
People get all worked up about it. It's like, hey, well, next time we have a new president or a new whatever.
Anything that Bush
It's going
implemented.
to change. You can vote again. Guess what?
If Bush implemented something,
Daddy.
it probably didn't have enough chance to play out. Like when you change something, it's going to be bad at first. And then Obama changes everything. And then Obama puts his new good ideas in.
And then Trump
And
changed
they
up.
can't play out. And now Trump's in. And his ideas are going to come. He's going to win one more time for sure after this. And then he's going
to
to
goodbye bear.
disappear.
It might last. Yeah, his stuff might last.
No,
but
it won't. There's no
probably
way
not.
we do 2 years of Trump or 2 terms of Trump and then go to like another Republican. No,
You don't think so? Yeah, they're all tired of it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're mostly Republicans country.
Yeah, for sure. The only reason that Trump's going to win again is because the Democratic Party has zero shit in their backpack.
Yeah.
They have not even. They're about to go on a trip that they're not ready for, and Trump's ready for it.
Yeah.
He's literally doing shit right now.
Well, I've changed. Yeah, my whole point. I used to be all about Democrats and stuff because I just thought that's like the nicer way to be.
They're
I
all
consider
bitches.
myself more liberal, but I'm on the Republican side now. That I like, even though I don't completely agree with Trump's
Well, they're pushing-
actions and stuff. It's like you cannot deny that he has done what we need to be a stronger country. And even though he's a little bit silly,
It just depends on
and
what you think a
foolish,
stronger country is, because like if most of the country and if your approval rating is fucking 35-33%, like
just gives
what
more
makes a
people
successful
more
country?
jobs,
A good
yeah.
economy, or like people happy with what's going on? Because
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Like
That's
I have
where I get confused.
no
too, but
problems with it. I'm just playing devil's advocate right now, to be honest
Mm-hmm.
with you, because I'm killing it right now. Like we're doing so much business right now. It's ridiculous. And it's
Exactly.
been like that, and it's only getting more. You can look at Jacksonville and see it growing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's
Which also
great.
gives-
But there's a lot of people who are very unhappy,
Yeah.
and they don't
Well,
feel. They feel
could
like they're
be
getting
unhappy
shitted.
with any president, though. It's like if you're going to pin your happiness on your president, that is not the right way to live.
Well, that's
so-
the problem with this whole two-party
Either way.
system. Half the country is upset. Half the country is just lost, and they're waiting to win again. It's like your team just lost the Super Bowl, and now you're waiting for the next football season to start.
Mm-hmm.
And the Democrats happen to be the Jaguars. They just almost won the Super Bowl with Hillary, and then they lost. And it's 2018, and they can't fucking win a game unless it's 6-0.
6-0. Yeah,
Unbelievable. I'm so glad I didn't watch that motherfucking game.
It was kind of a good game, but yeah. At least they didn't lose. They could have definitely, like, lost at the very end there. Oh, that would have sucked.
Get more into it. Sorry, I just don't want to have to turn your mic up too loud.
What?
Yeah,
More
the
into
mic.
this.
But
But,
like, I don't know. Are you
I think
worried about
government's
the
just
future
a
though?
facade, too. 'Cause the government splitting us in half like that. It's just another facade
It is.
that they want us to be turned against each other so that we're more angry.
It like
and less from
you
God.
you talk to people all the time. I
So.
talk to people all the time. Everyone's pretty much on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, like everybody pretty much agrees. Like anyone can marry anybody. You should be able to say whatever you want. People need to stop being so offended. We need to take things in context. There's context to everything that people say, and everyone should be equal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody that doesn't agree with that. I know a couple who don't think that, like, honestly, everyone should be equal. Like, there's people who think that because, to explain this in a weird way, it's like the white people took their ball, so now they want to take the ball from the white people instead of everybody gets a ball. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that sentiment a lot because it's shitty.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You know what I mean? I do. But, like, that's literally not the
Can't help but
answer.
be competitive. Yeah, it's not the answer. It's just gonna leave a bunch of us unhappy. You know?
I put something in my notes. I was trying to think it because I just remember this too. It has to do kind of with what we were just talking about with like it's okay to be racist against white people. Be
Who for who?
like
to be
right
racist?
now, it is literally okay to go on. Like you could say, man, white people crazy, man. Like white people just like they be stealing you know what I mean? Like they taking all our land. And I'm doing a shitty, you know what I mean?
But yeah.
But we all know that like it is perfectly okay for a black person to go on TV and rip white people.
But white people can't do that. Is that your point?
Exactly. Which is the same cultural thinking as when white people used to be able to fucking say whatever the fuck they wanted about black people, and it wasn't no
Exactly.
problem. In the moment that a black person was like, man, white people are treating us like shit, they're like,
Let's treat them like shit.
they're like, fuck you, why are you talking, you motherfucker, you ain't, you know what I mean?
I know.
That's the exact same fucking thing that they're doing, and it's not even a lot of people. That's the thing, it gets represented as a lot of people because it's pretty newsworthy and it gets a lot of clicks, but it really isn't a lot of people. I've had one, maybe two people think like this on my podcast, One person literally thought racism started as a human construct with slavery in the Americas.
Yeah.
So, that's...
I can see that, too, a
That's
little bit.
No, come on.
Well, because...
Racism started because when this island of these people who look just like you, they're chilling, and then somebody else who doesn't look like you showed up, every single time someone who didn't look like you showed up, for when I say 99% of human history, I mean 99.9. They were killing you. Every single time.
So you think it's like way back?
It's evolution. We're
way
not out of it.
We are
way
close. Before
we're close
slaves.
though. Like your kid is not going to be racist at all unless you fuck up.
What?
Like,
I feel like it's getting worse, racism. Like, just like how you said, people now they want to be racist and they take everything so personal because it's like...
That's what I'm saying.
It's like having a reverse effect where now...
Those people are fucking up,
we're not even at the middle at all. We're like so far from the middle of nobody being racist.
And those people are fucking up.
That's fucked up, yeah.
But that's not a lot of
people. But I
also
feel like it could have something to do with the slave era. Like, because we only made Native American or African Americans slaves.
It's 1,000%.
So then they still feel like bad about that. And they want to use that against us.
I understand.
So I see where you tied that.
But what does that solve? Like, are you trying to make it
to
where, like, to where white people...
They just want their ball back, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I get it, but it doesn't help anything. It's kind of like the whole punch a Nazi thing. Like, I want to punch a Nazi too. I hate him. But, like, if, like with Asher, let's say your baby daddy's a neo-Nazi. He's obviously not. I know him well. He's nice. He's not a neo-Nazi. So... if he was, though, and he's in Asher's ear all the time, like, man, saying neo-Nazi shit, and then he goes to you, and you're you, and it's nothing fucking racist at all, he's got this weird thing in his head of, like, what's what?
Yeah.
And then...
I think it'll take more generations than Asher's, though,
then
for us to finally be one.
And then his dad goes out one time in his Nazi shit and gets punched in the face for being a Nazi. He comes home and he says, I told you! Look what happened! They beat me up. He's wrong. He deserved to get punched in the face, but you vindicate it. Violence is vindication, and it begets violence. It's a nonstop thing. Like, the best way to convince a kid that his neo-Nazi dad or mom is wrong is have his dad talk to somebody who's not a neo-Nazi and debate. If a neo-Nazi came on this show, I would shit on him so hard without even in any way raising my voice.
Yeah.
Because his argument is wrong. And when something is wrong, you don't have to try to make it wrong. You just need it to be said out loud and countered. You don't need to punch him in the face.
No.
It doesn't make them right.
Or you just let them think what they want and you think what you want. I can't... You know what I mean? They think it's right in their head. No.
If you don't at least try to convince a neo-Nazi...
well, a Nazi.
It's not about convincing the neo-Nazi. It's about convincing other people that are listening that are on the fence about it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
Fuck
as long as you put it out there.
That neo-Nazi's in too deep. This is an American History X. He's not coming back. Fuck that dude.
Heard that.
Make him... Maybe you can argue your way and scare him straight, if you will, and he's not racist, but probably not. And as...
Maybe they've been getting the word of the Lord in their head.
Voice of God.
Voice of God.
That was a good. That was a really good callback, Zoe. Very nice. That was good. Very nice.
So there you go.
What's your biggest fear of like looking forward to your son's life? Like, what do you like when you think of like the future? Are you worried about nuclear war? Is it robots? Is it World War III? Is it a civil war? Is it vaccines? Is it?
I think it's mostly just how he's going to feel about himself, you know? I just want him to feel good about himself and not let all that other shit get to him, you know?
How do you think you go about
But I think, of
reinforcing
course, it's going to be
that?
hard. I think other people scare me, like other people's influence that he's going to
Your phone's ringing. Answer it. I'm
come
pausing
across.
it. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a pause for no reason. She actually declined the phone call. So you're saying you remember this one time you were like...
Mostly just like when you're a parent, I don't think all that shit really matters. It's mostly just how they perceive things. You know, when I was wrapping presents with my dad one time when I was like 4, I was like, Daddy, I want to be an elf. And he was like, why? And I was like, because I want to live forever. And by even 4, I realized that like death happens. I think that's my biggest fear is him realizing that life doesn't last forever. You know what I mean? And I want him to soak in all the moments. I think that, and if he doesn't soak in all the moments and appreciate life to the fullest, That's my biggest fear.
Don't you think
I think all that extra shit's out of our hands, and if that's how we go out, that's how we're gonna go out.
But don't you think knowing that you're gonna die helps you embrace every moment?
Yeah, but it's just like that initial moment when you realize that when you're young. Like, you know, I feel like I remember
he already thinks that? He knows he's gonna die?
I don't think he grasps that humans die yet. I think he literally, like, he knows that, like, a frog's dead or something. He'll say, like, oh, they're asleep. He'll kind of ask me about it. But I don't think he thinks that humans as himself, you know what I mean? So I think that's, like, a hard part as being a parent.
Yeah.
Is when they look at you and they're like, oh, no. Like,
what's, like, the hardest question he's ever asked you that you had to answer?
He asked me for gum like 27 times a day.
Jesus, why do kids love gum so much? Little fuckers.
I don't know. He has so many. Like today, he said, "Why do all the houses have numbers on them?" Like he's just learning so much all
I'm talking about
day.
like,
but not really anything deep right now. He's only 3, you know.
Okay, true. Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't ask too much.
What do you want him to like?
He'll remember people that he's met like years ago and ask about them or
really
stuff like that. So that can be hard.
Yeah. How do you feel about like him playing sports? Do you want him to do that? Football?
He's so good at football, but
damn,
I'm like
he quick?
He can just throw football like a
Holy
motherfucker.
shit.
Tom Brady.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's cool, but he can also hit baseball too really good. He does all sorts of stuff. He's multi-talented.
Good for you. So you take
but I'm
him
about
out?
to enroll him in either basketball or soccer. But he keeps
Can I
saying
suggest
basketball,
golf?
and I'm like, I want to do soccer.
Golf.
Whatever he wants to do.
Golf.
Yeah, golf. He does like golf. My grandpa got him a little plastic
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, what is that called?
Golf bag?
Golf bag.
yeah.
With little tees
Literally.
and stuff. A golf
What's that bag you golf with? Golf bag?
Is that really what you call
I
it?
fucking swear to God.
I feel like it'd have a fancier name or something.
Nah, golf bag.
Golf bag. Yeah, he likes that.
They call them like, there's different types of golf bag. There's like cart bag, stand bag, carry bag. I have a carry bag.
Oh, okay.
It's actually a stand bag, but whatever, you know.
But you still carry it.
Yeah. You ever done Top Golf?
Yeah, it's fun.
Are you good?
No. Me?
Really?
No. But he loves it. I've actually taken him there a few times.
I remember you
He
used
just
to be
has a
able
ball.
to flick a cigarette really far.
Oh, yeah.
Do you still do that?
Yeah, I guess. If I smoke, but I haven't been smoking. That's funny. A lot of people can't flick cigarettes good.
Yeah. No, I just remember because you lived, well, at your mom's house on that porch, and there was that wall, and you used to be like, you have to try to flick it over the
way
wall. It's
over.
Like you didn't have to do it. It was like a challenge. I did it once, but I also cheated and only smoked half a cigarette. You know?
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah.
Would have never guessed that you would remember something of that sort.
I have the like distinct memories I have from like that time is I don't even know if you were there. It's that memory, and then I'm pretty sure you weren't there because we were going to your house, but it was me and Stud, and I was in my mom's Malibu and he was in his fucking red car, and we raced down Old St. Augustine. Were you with me? I went into like
People
oncoming
race down
traffic.
that road all the time.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
There was like no cars though, but like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? There was a
That's
car.
what they all say.
There was a car in the left lane, and then I went to go around it and go in the middle lane, and then it went into the middle lane to turn, and I like had to really go like and go around him. It was kind of like really sketchy and scared me, but I mean,
That's
obviously,
fun. But better not be racing so
no,
much.
I drive so slow. Like,
You do.
how about you? What's your driving style?
I like to.
I feel like you're not a good driver. No offense.
Well, my car's like I used to have a Civic, and then I got it totaled, of course, right when I paid off the car, so that was shitty.
Oh Jesus!
But somebody rammed into me right at the Bay Meadows exit, actually, right there.
Oh no.
And then now I have this fucking Nissan Rogue.
Those are sweet though.
Yeah, but it's just like I feel like people look at me. I feel like it's all like top heavy. You know what I mean? I think it's in my head, but I just
It
feel
is
like
in
it's
your head,
super
yeah.
like. Psh, psh, so I feel like that makes my driving seem a little bit extra sometimes.
I mean, it's a
But no, I'm a
Safer.
good driver. I've never gotten in an accident besides that. So
knock on wood, please.
yeah,
Right there. Yeah.
and I do like to go a little bit fast sometimes. A little bit of a lead foot, just a little
Really?
bit. But I've never got a speeding ticket, so another.
Yeah, knock on
Knock on
wood.
wood.
Yeah. So you probably have really cheap insurance.
No, it's fucking $160 a month bullshit.
Why? What's your deal?
I guess just being young.
Just getting ripped
Oh,
off.
actually, I did, in like 3.5 years ago, another
Actually, I did get a
Fender
speeding ticket.
bender.
It was 145.
fender bender. Another one. That was the only one. My grandma was in the hospital, and I was like, I just want to go to the hospital. This kid in front of me was like 16, just got his license and stopped for no reason. I was like, damn it. That lasted. Now it's finally off, so it went down like $100. Like literally, it was so much more.
Have you ever been in a fist fight?
No. I wish. Just kidding.
Right?
No, I don't fight, but there's no point for that. No.
You know there's a point for that shit sometimes.
No, I guess I've just
What's
like,
the closest
it's
you've
something that
ever
everybody I think thinks about if they've never been in a fight. Like, wonder how that feels to just punch someone in their face. But
what's the closest you
I don't
came,
think
like,
I could ever do that, really.
Casey was just being a bitch and you're like, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face. I hate you. That what it was?
No.
What's the closest you ever been to getting in a fight with a girl?
Mm.
Will you ever swing it like your man's?
No.
I couldn't see you doing that, yeah.
I'm not a fighter. Like, I've had dreams about fighting people. That shit was not fun. Like, that's
Being
sad.
mean to you is bullshit too, because you're just like, what? Like, you know.
I think, yeah.
There's no satisfaction in it. You know? There is
Maybe like in high school, I got pushed by this black girl.
Oh, shit.
She was like, and they had their own little L section, you know?
Oh, I know
L
exactly
hall.
what you're talking about.
And they would always hang out in front of wood shop and push me, and I'd be like, motherfuckers, I would just run from them.
You want to know the difference between 2008 and 2018? Including black. This is the most racist thing I'm going to say on this podcast, and it's not even me saying it. That area you're talking about was all black people at school, you know? Mm-hmm. Even the black kids call that area Africa.
Yeah, Africa.
That's not flying now. You're not calling... What? You think you can go to Mandarin High and be like make a joke about how you just walked through Africa? Are you fucking kidding me?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we're all just
That was a real thing.
That's funny, I guess.
I used to be able to say the N-word, and it was fine. Remember that? That was fine.
No, I never remember that.
Are you serious? You don't remember me fucking freestyling saying the N-word?
Yeah, I mean, you would still do that, but I think it's... Who told you it was fine?
Every black person at Mandarin High.
And now your friends wouldn't like that if you did it now?
The same ones probably wouldn't, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't even say it. Like, I just said N-word. My point is, things are so different in 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
More sensitive.
Black kids told me, I would say, like, things were so racially cool, so you're kind of right about this weird racial tension thing, that it might not be getting better. But, like, legitimately, multiple black kids in a car, I'm the only white kid, we'd be smoking blunts, and I would make jokes that were, like, I would be, like, the white cop, you know? And I would say the N-word, I'd be super racist. They would be fucking cracking up to the point that they told me to do stand-up comedy as that character, say the N-word, do all that stuff, and wear a bulletproof vest as part. As part. Yeah, like you're obviously not gonna get shot, face. But it's funnier. You know what I mean? Like walk up there with a bulletproof vest in your hand and be like, all right, I'm about to say some shit, and then put the bulletproof vest on. Those same kids might beat my ass if I said the N-word right now.
Really? I don't think that's fair though to change their views about that. It's like either they're going to let that... Like, why would they change their views in 10 years if they didn't feel heard about it before? Why all of a sudden now are they butthurt about it?
At the same token, because I've had this conversation with my black friends, and like they're like, dude, we don't care if you would say it. It's just like...
It's the tone and the manner.
It's just like when it's why would...
But why? Yeah. Unless it's in a song or something, I guess. But... Yeah, it's really not necessary.
You're not allowed.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Not allowed to sing the lyrics to a song that you like. You're not allowed.
Not allowed. Okay, heard.
You got to say jigga or whatever, which is way more racist, I feel like. Like replacing it and saying it like, oh, I got to work around. I'm getting around you. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It seems worse, right?
Yeah, it's just the same idea.
So,
different word.
We're whiteys, you know? I mean, I'm Mexican, but like I look like I'm whitey. You look like you're whitey. In groups of whiteys, do you get a lot of racist comments thrown around?
People think I'm Mexican or Spanish a lot.
Like I said, you got that like native... You look like you're 1/16th, 1/8 maybe.
I native. Really don't think I would take any joke personally racist because...
Not you. I'm talking about you're with a bunch of white people and they're saying racist things to other people. Towards other people, not to other people, just about other people without them knowing, you know, like saying the N-word, for example. all these N-words complaining about Trump, things like that. You ever heard that one said?
Sure. Like, it's, nigger table dance.
What?
My mom wants to say that one.
Did you just drop the bomb, dude?
I'm sorry, guys. He just tempted me so much there.
After hearing the N-word, like not literally hearing it. I'm saying hearing somebody say N-word, like what I'm saying over and over, it just makes you want to scream the like actual N-word. You know, you're like, stop saying that.
Just say, get out of the way. No,
dude, it's so weird to hear someone tell a story and be like, especially telling a story to explain racism. Be like, I saw this crazy racist case where this white guy was about to fight this black guy and he called him the N-word. You know what I mean? That, like, you can't actually say it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say the N-word when I'm explaining this piece of shit situation to show how shitty it really is. Like, he really said it. Like, he didn't call him an N-word. He called him, like, the full thing, you know? Like, he didn't abbreviate it.
Yeah.
When was the last time you said the N-word? And on the way
Just
here?
now.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't say that.
So
I mean,
funny.
I don't know. I do have kind of a potty mouth, so if I ever say that, I hope nobody gets offended.
Yeah, you do, Goslog.
I mean,
I do too.
If you're mean, and like one time at work, one of the cooks got the best of me, and he was really mean, bullied a bunch of people. Like, literally, managers wouldn't do anything about it.
Is he white?
No, he was black.
Oh, yeah, he's a cook. See, I'm just kidding there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a joke. It's Ale House. Ale House has all black cooks, if you haven't noticed. And there's always that one white skinny guy.
And he's really mean, fucking psychotic. Like, pushed Melissa into the wall once, like a full
Holy shit!
lemonade thing.
Like a push?
Yeah, and the managers didn't do shit about it. I don't know. And he would just be so mean. They knew he was a bully. So one time, just to hurt him, I looked at him and I was like at the top of my lungs. I was like, yeah, well, you know what? You're a fucking nigger. In front of like everybody.
What?
Yeah, like,
Oh my god, dude. I might delete this, Zoe. What are you doing? I am seriously releasing this episode when I get home tomorrow. I'm going to let you sleep on this. You got a little buzz going. I get it. You know what I mean? I understand. You're on a podcast.
no, but you asked me when was the last time. So
the fact that you just
I did not.
admitted-
My manager pulled me aside and said, "You can get fired for that." And I was like, "Yeah, well, you know what? He was telling me like some messed up stuff too."
I'm not putting the last
And
name.
then she's like,
I'm so glad we didn't video this.
she's like, "You better freaking never say that again." And I felt really bad about it. But
How did she not get fired? You're talking about how he's like, he didn't get fired.
Yeah, well, you
for
know,
pushing
he finally
someone.
got fired for pushing another girl into
Damn,
a
he's just
door.
pushing.
Got a whole she got a whole head thing.
How big is it?
He's literally like your size. Not that you're little.
What?
But
I
yeah.
said he was big.
No, well, he's tall, I guess, skinny. Like, he's not big, just skinny, big attitude.
Oh, I haven't laughed that hard.
So, that was the last time I'll ever do that. I
Holy
realize that's
shit.
not allowed in the workplace.
Yeah.
It's not really allowed anywhere.
It's not allowed in the United States.
It's not
of
nice.
America.
Nobody likes it.
From you? You can never. I can't believe you said it again. Like, you know you shouldn't. You just did it again. I love it. That is bold. I'm keeping it. I love it. That is brilliant. That is so. It's not
just
brilliant.
like if
That's
you
the
would have
wrong
pissed
word.
me off, like I don't let those. I don't know. I feel like he was a perfect example of like pulling that black card. I don't like the black card. Okay, like that's a mix up on racism. Like we need to be equal, not be
Alright.
pulling out cards. Because where's our white card?
I think let me try to
Anyways,
help the black people
end this
empathize with what you're
conversation.
saying, because I truly know you and you're not racist, and this is
No,
fucking
I'm
hilarious.
not. I love everybody.
Because this is just so. I did not see this coming. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
You just went.
You
You
wanna-
took like a hard left turn, like one of those turns that's like it makes a V. You know what I mean? Like the tip of an A.
That was like 2 years ago too. So
I've changed.
I've grown.
The only way I can think about this is every racist thing that she just said. Imagine that you, as a black person, picture that version of a white person, like this white dude who's like apparently like trailer trash and pushing black girls at work and fucking like
Saying rude shit.
and.
I can't remember.
There is no parallel between calling a white person a cracker, or you can't call a white person anything. Like, honestly, there's not one thing that you could call me that I would not laugh at. I don't care how mad you were.
Yeah, it's like I don't take anything serious about anybody's opinions.
Yeah.
So I can't really comprehend, but I'm sure they can feel a little bit rough about their situations and how they get treated. I don't deny that they can get treated differently because white people are jerks.
Yeah.
And
you know what? Everyone's jerks.
But a lot of everybody's jerks. Yeah.
Like, and not
so everyone's
jerks.
Them a right
it's every
to
like
jerks
demographic
to us that aren't being mean to them. Just goes both ways. We shouldn't look at that.
I'm calling this episode Zoe Says the N-Word.
Gosh.
Wow.
What do I do?
I'm so proud of you.
So, yeah.
Like,
I don't take no shit. I'm
for,
like one of those people that's
what I mean
nice,
is you don't care at all. I'm not proud of you for saying the N-word. Like, honestly, we'll talk about this. I might delete that. Like, that. There's two ways we go about this. Either you're just Zoe. You're not Zoe with your real last name. And we just... That's what this is. It's not videoed.
I'm the only Zoe in Mandarin.
I was going to take a picture, but we don't have to do that. I totally understand. You know.
I'm the only Zoe. People are going to know. Whatever. I think everybody who knows me knows that guy probably deserved to hear it because he was one. Okay, I need to stop.
God damn, dude. This is one of those
If I have a chance to tell it to him again, I would.
But here's an ultimate life lesson right here. Anytime that like you do something that like could be classified as racist, what you did was racist. But let's just say it's classified as racist. Don't explain it. The more you explain it,
just gets worse.
You can't explain that you're not racist.
Well, he was like a person who hated on, he was a person that hated on women. He hated on women. That's another thing I hate is men that like lower
white
women.
People. I had to do it.
Women. He wanted to make women feel like shit. That's what he was good at.
All right, and scene. Zoe, that was a really good improv. That was a good character you've been playing there. That was fucking hilarious. We talked about doing this sketch on the porch where Zoe is the most racist person that's ever been on my podcast.
Did I do a good job?
Yeah, you yes and the fuck out of that. You should do improv. What's your dream? Mm-hmm. Like, what did you want to be before you had a kid? What did you like your dream? You want to be an astronaut?
No. I didn't really have a dream. I wanted to be a singer, but I quickly realized my voice is tone deaf, so
yeah, I
can't do that.
Yeah, you're not good.
I'm not a good actor. I wanted to be an actor. Can't do that. Really, I'm too shy.
Why can't you be an actor?
Just too shy.
All you gotta do is I'll buy you some bottles.
And that's when I was young.
You're fucking be a great actor. You're just great in that
was
scene.
When I was younger. So then I was like, I want to help people, be like a doctor of some sort. You know, so that's why I picked physical therapy. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about a therapist at first, but I was like, this way I can help their bodies and talk to them while I help them heal at the same time. You know what I mean?
So is all this physical Zoe fitness coming from like, obviously you're pre-baby, you're fucking skinny and small, you're a hot girl, you have a kid, you said you felt fat? So
no, I was just out of shape.
But you're not ever, you're never going to be fat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think possibly, like, me, you, like, our body type, like, it's hard for us to get fat. You know what I mean? Like, we're long.
It is.
We have long phalanges or whatever.
Metacarpals.
Yeah, all that.
Fingers.
You know. So, were you just, like, bad bitch mode engaged? Is that what you're thinking? Or are you thinking, toes. Like, I want to live for my kid?
I think it's for me. It's a stress reliever. You know, it's like something to do. It's like I could.
It's probably so funny to see you. What do? Do you punch stuff?
No.
You don't punch a punching bag?
I'm just saying that my anxiety. I can have like anxiety. You know, so if I don't do a workout and exert the energy somehow, then you know. But then once you start seeing progress in yourself. But do you really see me as like a super fitness person? Because I feel like I don't really portray myself too fitnessy. You know?
No, I see your Instagram, you're working out, and I see you, like, you look smaller than before when you weren't pregnant. Like I said, you were dating, or I was dating your best friend.
I am pre-baby weight back.
But
it is nice. A lot of people will.
How much you weigh, 105 pounds?
120 or 15.
Oh, you got muscle.
115, yeah. I want to gain more weight, though, that's the thing, so.
You want to
get
gain
like muscly. But I don't really like that like muscle look, so that's why I'm cut in the middle. It's like I don't.
Obviously, it doesn't matter, but I hate that. Don't do that. Like
Just be
no one
healthy.
likes that. If anyone likes that, they probably want dick up their ass.
Plus, I think if you get in the lifestyle now, once you age, and it's harder for you to get in shape. If you start getting in shape now, you're gonna feel better about yourself when you're older, and your metabolism slows down. You're like, damn, I should have took care of myself because this is the body that you're gonna have forever. You know.
What's up with the thing you're smoking? You feel like you're better than cigs?
No, I fucking hate the Juul. $18 for this shit, and you're supposed to smoke it. Not a lot.
Yeah, that's
and
the
I
thing.
have a trouble with that because it's so handy. And I was like, I can do it. I'm just gonna use it to like help me quit cigs, and I'm gonna not vape and Juul. But now I love it.
Yeah. See, the cigs, I can't smoke a pack in a day. It's just not.
I wouldn't either.
It's not possible. But you're smoking at least a pack a day of that shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not a crazy one. That's reasonable. Whatever. Those people that have like these crazy mods with like.
Well, I used to do that before. And that's just too much. That's why I like this, because you can literally just pop it in.
It's like an entire cigarette's worth of smoke in one hit from those crazy mod things. Like,
yeah, depending on the nic level. But what's crazy about this is like...
I'm talking about smoke-wise in your lungs. Just...
Oh, yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. No matter what you say, smoke shouldn't be in your lungs.
It shouldn't be in there. But I feel like since quitting cigs, my respiratory, like I was always sick and always raspy and like coughing all the time. And since I've just been juuling, that's gone away. So I feel like the cigs really did add on to some bothering in there.
Yeah. It's so like, it's so weird. Also, like when you're sick, it just, if you smoke, it just lasts way fucking longer.
But you would think even with the Juul, it'd make it last longer, but it really doesn't.
You're just in love with the Juul. That shit is not good for you.
No, it's not. I'm not in love with it. I really don't like it at all. But I just love nicotine.
Does like your kid
That's the thing. I just
see
like
that?
I like nicotine. I keep it outside still. I still vape mostly outside so that I don't just sit on the couch and fucking rip it all day. No, I keep it like outside. But it's just freaky. And I was like, they're all over my car. I'm like, they're just electronic cigarette butts. Like it's literally an electronic cigarette. It's freaky. And now people are just gonna litter them all over the ground. And instead of cigarette butts everywhere in like 10 years, it's gonna be plastic shit just all over the ground.
I don't. Like, these things are just so, like, it's getting so weird. There's so many different ways of smoking now. Like, I'm not even talking about weed. Like, straight up, like, you have that. There's people with the mod things. There's, like, my weed pen, but the not weed version. There's cigarettes. Like,
why can't we just roll up some good old tobacco and...
What the fuck's going on? Like, all right, how about this? What about weed with your kid? Obviously not you smoking and all that. I'm talking about... What are you going to do when you catch your kid smoking weed? I'm going to give you a situation. 14 years old, freshman year. Mm-hmm. He's been AB honor roll his whole life. What's your plan?
Well, like with me, with my mom, how she didn't let me smoke. And then when I grew up and I realized she's been smoking the whole time. And then she's like, hey, come smoke with me. I'm like, I don't know whether to punch you in the face or...
Yeah, what the fuck? Or hit your shit.
Or be happy because you made it seem so bad, you know what I mean? So, and when she didn't let me smoke at the house, guess what I had to do? I had to sneak out, go hang out with you fucks who were getting into badder things and just smoking weed. So it's like I could have probably just smoked weed.
You were quite the high school student, you
at home with Summer. We probably would have just smoked weed and ate munchies. Instead, we had to sneak out, going out with you guys, or go to a party, or other people, just get into more trouble. So I think if my kid wants to smoke weed, I'll be like, hey, you know, I wouldn't. 14's a little young. I probably wouldn't let it too much. But by the time he's 16, like, smoke at the house. I don't fucking care.
Yeah. So
like, I'd rather you be home and stoned than out there trying to hide it.
I'll let you take this since you already have the kid. You're gonna beat me to it. Buy him like a half ounce every week or a quarter, and be like, you don't buy weed anymore. Like
that way they don't go to like drug dealers.
Yeah,
and
be like, you know, you can smoke at the house. This isn't the place where everyone's coming to chill.
Yeah, that's how I would feel.
Every night for dinner, me, you, and your mom are gonna smoke before we eat. Think about that.
You want to do that? You said.
I would, because
smoke before
when
dinner.
I started smoking, I stopped eating dinner with my parents because it's like I want to get high and eat dinner. So I would just go out with my friends and get high and get high and get high, and then come home and eat the leftovers. What kid isn't going to want to eat dinner with his parents when you all just, like, fucking got stoned?
Yeah, I would definitely think those family...
Like, You can say that sounds
dynamics
disgusting.
are still important. Like, even if they smoke at the house, you should still keep
It's
the
family
family
values.
dynamic.
You guys are all hanging out. You're gonna be way closer than the facade of, oh, well, we smoke. I don't want my kid smoking, and he don't like all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, be open and real with each other. Like, it shouldn't be more okay for to give your
especially
kid.
if I'm still gonna be smoking weed, I'm not gonna want to hide it. I'll be like,
Get
thank
drunk
God.
Like, your parents probably would let you have some alcohol when you're 14. They're not gonna let you smoke weed. That's
much.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, you're gonna give a kid alcohol,
alcohol.
and that's cool. That's a thing. That's how I was raised. Totally cool.
Cigarettes. Yeah.
Cigarettes were never cool
Never.
in my family. Like, but
I just stole them from my mom. Yeah.
yeah. See, you
Started
have
young.
that. You were smoking young, dude.
14.
What? Holy shit! You're never.
But when
gonna
did you
stop.
start?
Fucking 18.
Mm.
When I
I
started,
haven't smoked
when I
a
started
pack of
rolling-
cigarettes in 2 weeks, but I mean, what? 2 months.
dude, I started.
2 months.
Honestly, it's you. You're the reason I started smoking.
Why? No, it isn't.
Every day, yes, it fucking is. I swear to
Oh,
God.
it's me.
Because I'm dead serious. I used to not. I would only smoke when I rolled, and then
You were rolling before you met me.
of course, but that I'm talking about buying packs of cigs every time I ran out. I would buy a pack of cigs for Crunchy Sundays, and then not buy another pack till the next Crunchy Sundays, and then you smoked, and you had me get those fucking Marlboro Special Blend lights. You fuck, and I like those a lot. And I smoked those.
Yeah.
And then I switched to 27s. And
Yeah.
because I just started smoking every day, and then I started rolling all the time. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep smoking.
Isn't that funny how the first time that I ever rolled was in the ale house parking lot?
So classic.
And now I just, every time I walk out of work, sometimes I think about that. Like, we were just,
no last names, but what the fuck happened to Austin?
I see him all the time.
Hell yeah. Tell him I said hi, please.
Oh, well, he comes in all the time.
He was like a little, he was like the little brother I never had for like
He's
a
so
month.
sweet.
The first time I ever met him.
Just a month? That's all you hung out with him?
But like close as fuck for a month, you know. It was my senior year, I guess his freshman year. He was at one of Hunter's parties, and this is when I was dating. I'm so glad I can just not have to say last names. It was when I was dating Valentina, and she got this was like a crazy party, and like a bunch of people slept there.
He's not that much younger than you.
Austin?
Marcus?
Yeah.
I thought he was your age.
No.
Really?
He's at least
He's more my
He's
age?
at least 2 years younger than me. He might be 2 years.
Wow, I always thought he was older.
Well, you're how much younger? 4? 3?
I'm 23.
Yeah, you're 3 years younger. So,
Interesting.
well,
Yeah, maybe he was a year older than me.
he's like in between us, whatever. So, and I'm also young for my grade, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So he
So at the party.
yeah, I have to end up dealing with my girlfriend who is like way too drunk, and we are at this kid's family's home, sleeping in his sister's like children's room, you know, like a child, like your fucking kid's age, toys. She threw up in the box of toys.
Oh, no. That's so
Yes. So I'm cleaning it up. You know what I mean? I'm fucking being a good person.
Bless her heart.
Clean it up. I walk outside. Every single person is asleep except for Austin. He's up there and he's sitting there watching TV, like breaking down weed. And he's like, "Hey, you 18?" And I had literally just turned 18. And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "If you get me a blunt, I will put all of this in there and we will get high as fuck." And I was like, okay, you know, deal.
Hell yeah.
I went and did it, and we just like instantly hit it off. I was like, and I thought he was like your age, but obviously not. But I always just
Interesting.
thought he was like he hung out with us a
Genuine.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was so random.
it was. Good times.
Yeah, it was a experimenting time of like.
Yeah. It was
I remember like. We just had a weird thing where I wouldn't even go to TSI sometimes. I remember I had to go that one time that everybody fucking overheated. Remember that?
Overheated. Who overheated? Like we almost overdosed.
Everybody. I'm pretty sure Steven. I know Steven did. I'm pretty sure maybe Derek did. I don't know.
They got all scared.
You have to know what I'm talking about. It's when you're like, just why are you not going? And I was like, I don't fucking want to go. I was like, you can go. And then literally an hour later, you
Oh, yeah,
overheated.
We were in the bathroom all hot, me and Summer.
Yeah, Summer called me freaking out.
Summer was the one that had to go to the car. That was scary.
Yeah. So Summer calls me all fucking freaked out. I had to come. Well, I did
she like
nothing.
slayed in the car.
I did nothing. I just came there. It was like I drove downtown for
Crunchy
literally
Sunday.
nothing. Like, you know, it was fun.
So fun.
It was.
And I always had to borrow an ID. I was like going through my old
Yeah.
Facebook messages last night. Oh my gosh, just
that
messaging
is
people.
the weirdest.
Hey girl, can I use your ID tonight? Like, ew, I can't believe they ever let me use their IDs. Bless their hearts.
How many guys just message you trying to fuck like regularly? I feel like it's got to be a high number. Just not specifically you, no offense, just girls in
Because of
general.
girls.
Yeah.
Not many. I don't know.
You know, hey, what's up is like, you get that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes. You get that right. Yeah. I
You know
don't
what that means, right? Okay. Please don't be naive.
I don't know. That's a broad question. Like, mine profile's on private. So I think if you have it like open, I think a lot more girls get that kind of action because a bunch of guys see. Which, don't get me wrong, people hit me up, but
What's the proper way to
not.
message somebody that you don't know online? Like, how do you even do that? Is that does that work?
I have no idea. I don't really do that much if I don't know them. I'd be like, so, how's your day going? Like, what? I don't know. I don't do that, so I don't know.
Hey, what's up?
I don't know.
So, how's your day going?
I think that's why they make a Bumble or a Tinder. That way you can just get straight to the point.
Have you ever been
and
on
know
that?
that they're,
Couch
made
Talk
a
has
Bumble.
a Tinder profile.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
I don't have Tinder anymore, but I made a Bumble after my entire breakup. Just for fun.
I have literally I'm gonna be probably doing like upwards of 40 like episodes of girls telling their Tinder stories.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't listen to that, right? Why is Tinder so interesting? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was watching this show
It's
last
like the
night.
most interesting fucking like.
It is. There's like a YouTube series, I guess, and they bring out like a girl and they'll have all these guys come through and she has to like swipe left or right and they're like in real life,
Like,
you know?
next.
So, yeah, they just come up to her and she'll go boop, and then they like do a speed dating for 30 minutes with each guy. But the guys that they pick, some of the guys won't like her back, so they'll like leave the group. And then they all sit down and do individual interviews, and she's like, "Oh my god, like that's so exhausting." It like just shows how exhausting even like an app like that is to us. Like, you know, it's so much
very
like
weird, yeah.
thinking we have to just like tell them the same shit each person you meet, and it's not realistic. She's like, "I didn't like any of them." Most of the time, they're all like, "Nope."
There's
I don't
been
know. It's
out of all
it's
the
just because we're bored.
out of all these like interview people, I just hit them with because I'm not trying to like fuck these girls, you know what I mean? Like, I think this is legit the most genius idea. Tinder files, it's gonna work, you know? Like, people are gonna fucking listen to that.
Yeah.
So, and I'll fuck with
That's
these
a
people,
good
you know
one.
what I mean? Like, not to be, like, they're listening, whatever, but I'll ask funny questions, you know what I mean? Like, they can come on anonymously if they want. I think that's probably the best way to do
That's
it.
a good idea.
Yes.
And then just tell the stories of like the people they met and stuff.
Yeah, but like it's a weird thing to like use something like that and try to like genuinely
Care.
at least for
Yeah.
them to know that I genuinely don't and I will not hook up with you.
Yeah, that's so
There's
weird.
one girl
Because
on there that's like legit, like actually hot. That's another thing about Tinder. I'm not hating on these girls. You're all listening.
Oh.
And I'm not saying they're not hot. I'm saying in my experience from when I used Tinder as a thing, like I probably just fuck girls, let's be real.
Yeah. See, there you go. You
Yeah.
just admitted it.
No, I'm talking about when I use Tinder to fuck girls.
But you don't
This is-
always
Like, download Tinder, you will find the
for the
like
for the couch talk.
for Couch Talk podcast,
Okay.
literally. You know what I mean? It's
Well,
not.
that'll be different than your personal. Yeah, I think if it's that, they won't think you're gonna fuck them, or just mainly want to fuck them. They'll probably think they want you on their show and stuff.
But do you think they'll want to fuck me? And I'm not talking about me in particular. Like, this is a girl. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I hate that.
That's what I'm realizing since having the Bumble, and Bumble's different because the girl has to actually reach out
Yes.
to you, you know.
Yeah.
But
Which
even with
now
Tinder,
the guy thinks like, oh, she wants to fuck me.
yeah, And even with that, I'm realizing that it's just, fuck, I thought before it was actually people want relationships or people want friendships. No, they're all out there just to get some fast pussy. It's like, what?
That is why I want these interviews.
Yeah, so
'Cause
that's definitely...
people love hearing people that they don't know talk about getting fucked. I don't know why that is, because I think it's because everyone basically ends up in a weird sexual story. Like, that's gonna happen in your life for sure. And it, like, you can always relate to the weirdness. No matter how weird someone's sex story is, you can always relate to it. Even if it's something like, you're like, damn, I'm not into, like, anything crazy like that. But you've probably done something that you weren't actually into, and you're just like, do I do this? Like, do I choke this girl right now? Like,
is this my stepsister?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, come on.
Wow. You gotta, like, I don't care if you watch porn or not, but do you at least delete the history because you have a kid, like, on your laptop? And also, I'm not lying to be cool. I've never watched porn on my laptop. Who does that?
Yeah.
Phone.
Yeah.
I've been watching porn on my phone since I was 16.
I feel like I would probably watch it on my laptop more than my phone because of my kid. You know, he doesn't go on my laptop. He only goes on my phone. And the phones are all, like, slow and annoying.
Damn, laptops are out of fucking... They're out of here, aren't they? They're going to be out of here. Like, kids aren't going to be using laptops.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
I mean, they might. It's more like they're going to go to the fridge and play a fucking game on the fridge before we know it, you know?
Yeah, all that glass shit. How do you feel about that?
It's cool. I don't like any of it.
I'm
literally living my own bubble. As
I think
you can
right
tell.
here
You're
is
like,
cool.
you know about this? You know about that? No.
Right
like, I
here's-
feel like I do need to be more
No.
into it, but I literally just try
You watched
not
that video.
to let my...
I'm pretty sure I remember you, me, and Casey. We all watched that video when you lived in the same neighborhood we did.
Oh, yeah.
That
of the
Corning
digital
company.
world. Yeah.
Yeah. See, my memory good of full.
Good
So
as
yeah.
fuck. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Would you want to live in that world?
I just don't like it. I think it's just going to make us so much more disconnected from each other. We're getting all disconnected from the bigger purpose of just being happy.
Think about how ridiculous it is
It's like
that
that's going to make us happier.
people are so disconnected that they plug into what they're disconnected to and listen to two people connect. That's how deprived they are. They listen to people talk to feel like they're in the room with them having that conversation. That's how deprived we are. People make a living off of selling connection, basically. That's all this is. I have no notes, as you see. We had no pre-planning. People want a raw connection. The more planned out it is, the less it's going to do.
Are we still talking about porn?
Yes.
Yes.
You're
Well,
funny.
yeah, sex sells, so that's another point in all that.
I want to ask you a question right now, Zoe. And be honest with me.
Yes.
When you asked me right then if we were talking about porn, you were joking, right?
No, I thought you were.
Oh my God.
I knew we were still talking about porn, but we were starting talking about laptops
Talking
and
about
then
this podcast.
phones and kids.
Podcast.
Okay, how we're talking.
People
turn into that. Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely. I'm there. I was thinking about this South Park episode I watched last night during that.
I'm glad
and they had like a
that you're
box.
fucking paying attention.
I was.
You're literally like,
They had
I was just thinking about this South Park episode while you're explaining this thing. And it was
Because
like,
it's similar. Like they're
sorry, I'm thinking about this Young Pope episode. All right, go ahead.
they're like plugged into their phone, but it has the box. Have you seen it? It's called the Buddha box, and it's just a cardboard box, and they're all walking
I don't
around
watch
on
South
their
Park.
phones. Like
I have nothing against South Park, but I barely watch TV.
it's funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
It
like
is
that. Like they
funny.
just plug into their phones to have a connection when they're sitting in a room with like a bunch of people, and even like their wife and stuff, and they just have a box over their head so that they can be on their phone in the box. They can't hear shit. I'm like, that's
Sounds like
give
an
me my
episode
Buddha
of
box.
fucking Black Mirror, but South Park's version.
Yeah, it's trippy.
Did I already ask you if you watch Black Mirror?
Yeah, I've seen some episodes. Like
Some.
yeah, random
What's your
ones.
favorite?
I kind of liked the first one with the
The pig?
No, the first one was with the wedding, the best friend with the wedding, and she like every time you
Can I
go
tell you
somewhere,
something?
you get likes and you get more points.
Zoe, like,
You know?
you are one of the funniest fucking people I know. You watched season 3.
No, that was the first one.
No.
Yes, it was.
Can I please?
I swear.
I'm sorry, but it's like it's not like there's a episode order.
You remember that one when she got all of the likes and then she had to go?
I know, it's a great episode.
The wedding.
It's happening in China. They have that same thing implemented in China.
No way.
I'm dead fucking serious. I'm gonna go to Netflix. Okay.
So you think when I started it that one time, I just picked a random episode in season 3?
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Oh, they tie in.
What happens is when you pull up Black Mirror for some reason, it doesn't start you with season 1, episode 1. It starts you with the most recent episode. So when you watched, I'm pretty sure at least, now I'm like really curious.
But they don't even tie into each other, so it doesn't really matter, right?
No, they all exist in the same universe, but they are not, it's an anthology. There is no storyline. So look, episodes and more. See, look, the first episode, like if you just go to play episode right now, you're on season 4, episode 1. When you watched, it was season 3. The first episode is Nosedive, which is great. Did you watch this episode?
Yeah. I watched, I guess, just season 3 then. Cause
that
I thought
honestly fucked with me. How, like, all the mom shit, not literally that, but the idea that, like, his worst nightmare is all of, like, the reality. You know what I mean? Like,
his life, yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to
But did you see San Junipero?
Maniac.
Oh, Maniac is
Playtest, that one.
Did you see this one? San Junipero. It's like the best episode, I think.
Really?
Yes.
I'll have to watch it.
It's like these two girls that, well, it's this one girl, and you go to this place that basically, you know, I was saying, do you think we're going to put consciousness in a robot? Mm-hmm. This is taking consciousness, and instead of dying, you get uploaded into a matrix, basically, in which you live forever. And you can live in a time frame. So you can live in 1991, 1992, and, you know.
That's cool.
So this woman goes and meets a girl. She doesn't even know she's a lesbian, you know what I mean? And then she falls in love, blah, 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 blah.
No wonder.
But it turns out, actually, that, like, the girl is a vegetable. Because when you go to this place, you're just your conscious. You're not who you are in reality. So she's like testing it out. I'm spoiler alerting. She's testing it out to see if she wants to go there to spend the rest of her life, because she's been a vegetable her whole life. You know, she's like 50.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it'll make you cry.
Watch that.
It'll make you cry, especially if you've lost someone. Because you think about it, like, have you seen the episode where the motherfucking boyfriend dies and she gets the robot version of him? It's exact like. So would you do this? Let's say you're married forever and your husband dies tragically. And then there is a way that if you give this computer access to all of his text messages, his emails, his social media, you'll be able to type with him. And if you give voice, you'll be able to call him. And if you pay even more, then you will literally get a physical him that you can fuck, but it's a robot.
Right back to the sex robot.
Would you do it?
No.
You can't replace a person.
No.
That's so
I feel
dark.
like it would just drag on the hurt, you know? Maybe.
You know what I think is... We're going to end on this. The inevitable beauty... We just did 2 hours and 10 minutes. The inevitable beauty of not bringing people back is, I think if you brought someone back as a robot, you would undoubtedly kill that robot. Because it would not be...
Yeah.
It wouldn't be my mom.
Probably just... Yeah.
It would be offensive after a while, you know? At first, it'd probably be cool for, like, literally 4 minutes. And then you'd ask it a question. And then you'd just
be like, no.
It would answer it just a little bit off.
Just bug you.
But all that really is your memory of that person and how you perceive them or how they would have answered that question. You don't actually know. Like, that robot's probably right and you're probably wrong. But whatever.
That's wild. I don't know how I feel about that.
After that whole N-word stunt, do you want people to follow you?
Follow me on
I don't know.
Social. I mean,
I feel like for some reason I have to ask you if you want to be plugged because I have like all these rappers on, but
yeah, you think I need to start rapping?
You could. Yeah.
If you see potential, sure.
What if you just became like a writer?
No. Remember I said those years are behind me. I'm not living that trap life no more.
What a growth you've had. I'm proud of you.
Proud of you.
Pound it.
Okay. Glad you're doing you so well over here.
No, but
Thanks
really,
for having me.
it's cool. I haven't fucking talked to you in like...
I know, it's so random.
Probably haven't talked to you in 9 years. Like, actually.
maybe no, like
I'm-
4 years.
For some reason, I thought
when
I
we
was
lived
28.
in the woods.
I never talked to you.
Sure you did. When I come over to smoke with you and Casey all the time.
True, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, it's been a while.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank
Do
you.
you have any mom? Oh, I need mom advice. What should I do with what happened to my finger? I have peroxide and alcohol.
I think you just need to let it simmer down for tomorrow.
I have a piece of wallpaper. I cut my finger open and a piece of wallpaper is in the middle of my finger. It is
You're going to need
lodged.
to slice not the top of it, but the bottom, because you sliced like
Jesus.
the opposite side where to get it out of. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Here's your ending words of wisdom. Thank you very much, Zoe. It was fun. Love you guys.
Jews, Christians, and Muslims, while they disagree on many things, all agree that on the Day of Judgment, every person who has ever lived will be physically resurrected.
Ending words of wisdom. Sam Harris, baby.
Just which scientific laws does this violate?
You know it. You know it.
One's tempted to say all of them. If the basic claims of religion are true, science is so blind to this underlying reality, and the laws of nature are so susceptible to supernatural modification as to render the whole enterprise of science ridiculous.
Ooh, that bluff got beat, though.
If, on the other hand, the basic claims of religion are false, most of the people on this planet are profoundly confused about the nature of reality.
As Sam Harris always does, he says everything so precise and exact, and he's just so smart. Oh my gosh, Sam Harris is like the smartest guy, I think, of this generation. I mean, he's all right. I love the guy. Don't get me wrong, but he gets a little bit too much praise, but he knows his shit, and he presents his arguments well. And we live in a society that you got to be able to argue well, baby. And that's what we're doing here at Couch Talk. I'm just kidding. We're not arguing. We're having conversations, baby. And if you like the conversation, go to patreon.com/CJ Couch Talk. You hit that donate button. You donate however much you want. I got a $20 tier for the real donators. You get to play a round of golf. If you don't live in the city, you don't have a way to play golf with me. You know what I mean? You can Skype in to the episode. Maybe I don't know. But if you are in town, I will take you to dinner or something. I got to figure out something to do for all you out-of-towners. But patreon.com/CJ Couch Talk. Would really appreciate it. All the numbers are there, and I totally understand not donating to something, but it's just kind of perplexing to have the numbers that I have and have the amount of donators that I have. So I know y'all are listening, and you keep listening, and you appreciate it. So I'm hoping that the reason that you can't donate is because you don't have money, in which case email me at cjcouchtalk@gmail.com and just let me know that you support the show. Follow me on Instagram. It is at cjcouchtalk. Just shoot me a DM and say, hey, dude, I fuck with the show. Sorry, I can't. You don't even have to say sorry you can't donate on Patreon. Just say, hey, CJ, I fuck with the show, and that'll honestly feel better than $1 a month. So do all that shit. It's all whatever. Patreon.com/CJ Couchtalk. Instagram at CJ Couchtalk. If you have any questions, comments, insults, or would like to be a guest, that's how you talk fast right there. Email is cjcouchtalk@gmail.com. Shout out Bluff God for this beat. Thank you very much, Zoe. Great fucking episode. I love everybody. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow, baby.